Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really, really good weekend and that you are all set for Christmas. Because it's only a couple of days away now. It's just a few days away. Somehow it's already that time of year again. Thank you so much for all the gift subs. Guys, what's going on here? I think Ozkilane was first, but there's been that much chat that I can't actually scroll back all the way to the start of it. So what I can see is Ozkilane wishing you everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Manu's here as well. He says, hello, hello. So Manu also says that they both had the same idea, I guess, posting early before we started the stream. Ozkilane, thank you so much for 8 months of subs, one shy of your PT baby. He says, what a lovely time it's been with your chat. So congratulations, thank you so much for that. Ball Boy's here as well, so is Anonymous Biker, so is Rue MC. Superhand's here as well. Good evening, looking forward to Jay getting his Xmas baubles out. So you might see there's a little bit of tape up there on the wall. I did have a Christmas decoration up there.
Tasty.
I 3D printed myself a Lego wreath, but it fell off and it's broken, and the rest of it I've tried to put together. It's here, but I don't think it's gonna it's pretty cool, but I don't think it's gonna last if I put it back up on the wall. We'll try. We'll see how long that stays in place. It's probably going to fall down at some point during the stream. Void Media, thank you so much for 34 months of subs. Says good evening, Jane Chat. Merry Christmas all. Anarchy's subscribed for 39 months as well. Hi, Jane Chat. Merry Christmas and happy holidays all. Thank you so much, dude. Sticky's here as well. Captain Reed subscribed for 11 months. Thank you so much, dude. Oz had heard that I have great baubles. Maybe if we ask nicely enough. Maybe. Jenga's here as well. So is RL Keebs. Carathox is here too. Says Christmas giveaway. Let's see if I can make it 2 years in a row.
Tasty.
Maybe. I have a few prizes. We're going to give some away this week and some on next week's stream as well. So make sure you tune in for that one as well, because we've got a ton of stuff from my personal collection to give away. I've got about a third of it here, and the rest of it we'll do next week. Otherwise, I just won't have time for today's stream, I'm afraid. Clownfish is here as well, so is Bolok. Just BMT. Bulbs is here as well, so is Lazy Keiko. No salad, no sauce. Tankhouse, thank you so much for 6 months of subs, dude. I thoroughly appreciate that. Mary Chrysler. Gemma's here as well. Good evening. True Blaze as well. Prince Skipper Skipel as well is here. Thank you so much for being here. Pestilence as well. Shummy, thank you so much for being here too. You don't know what Xmas baubles are? Searching in 3, 2, 1. Christmas baubles, the round things you put on trees at Christmas. That's what a bauble is. It's nothing rude. Well, it can be. Angry Swan, thank you so much for the 27 months of subs, dude. 3 PT babies. At this point, we're just being irresponsible. Hey, Got to pump those numbers up, the rookie numbers. Thank you very much to Jellymaster as well for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you so much, I thoroughly appreciate that. Angry Swan, Zeta Wrath, Cynic 12, Avrira Dush. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. 8 Mize is here as well. Kagri, thank you so much for the gift subs as well, dude. 5 of those as well. Thank you so much. Shumi subscribed for 4 months too. Stores are subscribed for 44 months. Currently on a 44-month streak. He then says 44 years. Now, I haven't even been alive for 44 years. Not quite anyway. So the fact that he's on a 44-year streak as a fan of me is impressive to say the least. But I think he meant 44 months, which is, yeah, it's definitely up there in terms of the number of months you could have been subbed to the channel. Smoked Out, thank you so much. Rufus as well, he's here too. Eliran, thank you so much for the 29-month streak as well. Nice to be with you all on this chill evening. Yeah, I've got the heating on. It's getting really toasty in here, so I might have to take my jumper off in a little bit as well. We'll see. Telvin, thank you so much for the gift sub as well. I thoroughly appreciate that. I bet 5 minutes and I claim my free GMK set for guessing correctly. You bet 5 minutes for what? Sorry, Mr. Supans. I don't know what you bet 5 minutes for, but we'll go with that. Bowl Keyboards. Hey, Bowl, thank you so much for being here. We are building a Bowl board today. We're building the Pangea Mini. I have it here at the side of me. I've got some other stuff to talk about first, and I haven't actually unpacked this yet. It's literally as Bowl sent it to me. So he sent it with switches and stabilizers, and we're building it for him. So we're going to be building it ANSI today, but I think we can have a look at what the ISO option looks like as well. But I haven't even opened the board yet, so you're going to see that with me when we get to it, which will be as soon as I can make it, don't worry. Rack17, thank you so much for the 16 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. That coffee looking good. Thank you, thank you. This is my own coffee from my own coffee shop, jaysroaststory.net. If you want to buy coffee, you can buy coffee from us. Koisen, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub as well. Barium's here as well, so is JQ, Afresh. Hey man, good to see you, Afresh. Anyone else have J on while cooking? I cheated today, didn't cook. We had a Mackie D's because we were naughty. But we did a lot of Christmas shopping today. We did, well, I say Christmas shopping. We go to my mother and father-in-law's for Christmas every year, and the deal is that we take all the food with us. So we went to the farm shop and we got like a turkey and a ham and all of the trimmings that you could possibly need as well. So we spent like hours out shopping today. So I feel like a McDonald's was warranted. Stream and wrapping the last of the presents, even all. Yeah, I have a little bit of wrapping to do tomorrow. I have a small gift for my wife, and then we do like a family secret Santa, which is quite fun, and then I have my actual secret Santa to wrap as well. Oh, for the Lego Wreath to Fall. Yeah, it's hopefully not going to fall. Will Pangea be run on PT2? It should be on us right now. It should be on the website right now. Let me double check. Let me double check that it's on the website. Current group buys Pangea Mini. It is live on the website right now. So let me reply to iMedium. There you go. There you go. 3 minutes of ads is nuts. Ugh, dude, I know. The issue is, so on Twitch, I can do 2 things with ads. I can either do 3 minutes per hour, or I can do 1 minute ads every 15 minutes, which means you get more ads. And I can't turn them off. I have to have a choice. So whilst I get that the ads are crap and I don't really want to do them, I don't have a choice. Like, that's just a platform thing and I can't really do anything about it. I do have the option to snooze, which some of the mods sometimes do for us, but it's not always feasible for us to snooze it because we can only snooze it so many times and then it forces us to have the ad break as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like, there's not much I can do about ads, unfortunately. In fact, let me bring up the ads section on Twitch so I can talk you through the options I have when it comes to adverts, because there's not much I can do. I wish I could fix the ads and get rid of them entirely, but I can choose to have ad minutes per hour, and the lowest I can choose is 3 minutes per hour. The highest I can choose is high, which I think is like 10 minutes per hour. Pre-roll ads are disabled. I can enable pre-roll ads, but if I enable pre-roll ads, that changes, which is crap for people joining the stream, then I have to do other things. In terms of ad length and frequency, I can let it set it to automatic and it can do whatever it wants and I have no control over it. Or alternatively, I can have 3-minute ads every 60 minutes, or I can have shorter ads more often, which is a 1-minute ad every 15 minutes. I would rather you guys got disturbed for 3 minutes every hour, once an hour, than every 15 minutes. So that's how it's set. I wish I could change it. I wish I could drop it down. I wish I could get rid of ads entirely. I can't. If you're a sub, you shouldn't get ads. That's my understanding of it. Ads don't go to subs because subs are paying for the service. So if you don't want ads, subs is the option. I don't have a choice to set it any less than 3 minutes an hour though. 3 minutes is the minimum I can do. I wish I could do better. I wish I could change it. But you'll only get one every hour now, and it's another 55 minutes until the next ad starts. So I've got a timer now I can see. So yeah. Yeah, but I'm ADM. The Pangea Mini is already live on Prototypist. It has been for a few days now. Did we start on the 7th of December, I want to say, from memory? I can't remember. It closes on January the 7th. Maybe it was from the 16th to the 7th of January, something like that. But yeah, there's still a little bit of time. Why are pigs in blankets the best thing at Christmas? So, Bulbs, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. Do you want to know what the hack is for pigs in blankets at Christmas? You get a camembert, you bake it in the oven. At the same time as you're baking the camembert in the oven. And what you do for the camembert is you put some little slices in the top. You get half a glass of Prosecco. You pour the Prosecco over the cheese. You get little bulbs of garlic and thyme and rosemary, and you plug that into the gaps as well. Then you put the camembert in the oven. You bake the camembert so it goes nice and gooey and cheesy. Whilst that's baking, you also have in your oven, basted in butter, your pigs in blankets. Then when it all comes out of the oven, instead of using bread to eat your camembert cheese with, or breadsticks or crackers or whatever else you want to dip in I've seen people use cucumber sticks and celery sticks in a camembert. Rather than doing that, use the pigs in blankets. Scoop up the cheese with the pigs in blankets, because that is a quick way to a heart attack, but it's also a quick way to making you feel like it's Christmas time. You need to wrap everything still. I feel you, man. I feel you. Have you considered streaming on YouTube? They don't do midstream ads. So I have looked at streaming on YouTube in the past, but we don't have much of an audience on YouTube, and moving everyone over, I feel like we would just not have as many viewers if I move. Like if I stop streaming on Twitch, people won't watch because this is where they expect me to be. So I don't know is the honest answer. Maybe it's something we'll have a look at in the future. But yeah, if I could fix the ads, I would. I'd rather do 3 minutes of ads once per hour than a 1 minute ad every 15 minutes, because that just feels like too much. There is Turbo where you get no ads and the streamer still gets paid ad revenue. Yeah, I mean, I don't get any ad revenue as far as I'm aware. Like, it doesn't tell me that I get paid any ad revenue. As far as I'm aware, I don't. And Twitch have done this weird thing where they haven't actually paid me out for like 3 months. It's tiny amounts of money. It's like 50, 60 quid a month. It's tiny amounts of money that I get from Twitch. But they haven't paid me since October, weirdly. So I don't know why. Well, the last payment was in September, and they don't know why. They said there was a payment due on December the 15th, and they haven't paid it. So I don't actually know what's going on with Twitch at the minute. But in terms of ads, there's not much less I can do, unfortunately, or not much more I can do. Like, I can't reduce the number of ads any less than it is right now. Sausage, nature's spoon, absolutely. My arteries are feeling anxious, dude. It's Christmas. You know, you're allowed it once a year. If you're gonna die happy. What? Pigs and blankets? Yeah, so it's a pork sausage wrapped in bacon. Yeah, pork sausage wrapped in bacon. Well, fine. Thank you so much for 13 months of subs. I really, really appreciate that. Did you get the Midas version of the Pangea? I don't know. We'll see when I open it. I haven't seen the board. What about both YouTube and Twitch? I think there's portables to combine both chats. So when I last looked at my affiliate contract on Twitch, it said that I wasn't allowed to post the video to multiple sources at the same time, and I also wasn't allowed to post the videos to YouTube, the VODs, within a 24-hour time frame. Like, I had to leave them on Twitch. So I don't know if that's still part of the agreement for affiliates. I haven't looked into it. I'll add it to my list of things to check into. But that used to be the kind of like thing. So I wonder if that's why they've stopped paying me out. Actually, I wonder if that's part of the reason, because I've been posting the videos pretty much straight after the stream to YouTube. None of this tiny cocktail sausage Johnson's. Get a proper one. Maybe. Oh, everyone is allowed to co-stream multiple platforms now. They changed that recently. Right, okay. I know it used to be a thing. I haven't looked into it for a long time. So yeah, so there we go. Okay, but anyway, the free gift subs, they'll help people not see the ads. I wish I could get rid of ads on the platform. I really wish I could. It's a Twitch thing. Go shout at Twitch, don't shout at me. Bezos has got enough money. But yeah. The coffee looks so good. Well, funny you should say that, because you can pick up the coffee from our website. Let me see if I can quickly share my browser with you. I already have got the browser shared there. Nice. Okay, so a few things to call out to you as part of the PT news. JOG keycap set. This is the latest keycap set that I've designed. It is beige, yes, but it has these super cool Windows keycaps. It's in stock right now. It's on pre-order pricing just because it's the first round, just to see what popularity is like. It's 45 quid and you get a ton of compatibility, including UK ISO in base, numpad in base, split space bars in base, and pretty much everything else you could want, including these super cool Windows keys. It'd be remiss of me to not talk about the Pangea Mini, because hey, that's what we're going to be building today. So this is the Pangea Mini. This is what we're going to be building today. I do not know what colorway we've got. We could have any of the colorways. I don't know. We'll see when we open it up. I'm excited to see which one it is. But this is in group buy right now as well, and you can go pick that up. And the other thing I should probably call out as well is we've actually just put some pre-orders into stock. So as you might have realized, it is just before Christmas, and that means that Sharon is now on Christmas vacation. She is now off until the new year, which means that Sharon manages all of the listings for the website. It means that whilst we have Tribal on hand and ready to go, and I'm going to be unboxing my personal copy of Tribal to show you guys, it means that we're not going to be changing the listing round for this and a few other things until the new year, which means you can still get the pre-order pricing rather than the in-stock pricing, which will be slightly higher, 5% higher or something like that. But yeah, you can still pick these up. They say pre-order, but if you order it today, it will ship tomorrow because I'm in tomorrow. And if you order after tomorrow, it'll ship on Friday because those are the 2 days I'm in this week. Mel and Sharon are both back in the new year now. So if you order pre-order GMK Tribal, OG extensions, all of the kits are in stock at the moment. You can pick up OG extensions as well. And I think there's a couple of others that might be a bit older that we have put in. Maybe if we look on pre-orders, it might be easier to see. Tribal OG extensions. I think it's the BAE enters that we've just put in stock as well. Oh, modern materials is technically in stock as well. If we're looking for modern materials, this is refresh. This is in stock. This will be going up as well to £115 plus VAT, so it'll be going up quite a bit when we mark it as in stock. It's 29% reduced whilst it's in pre-order, but it's here sat on the shelves ready to go. And then there's also the BAE enters. These are also in stock ready to go. I literally have them right here. Like, here's the Dolch ones. There you go, Dolch ones. These are all in stock, ready to go. We just haven't changed the listings over, and we won't be changing them over until Sharon's back in the new year. So, the OG set is just add-ons. So the OG is add-ons. It's GMK OG add-ons set. So this is just add-on keys for if you have GMK. So if you have like GMK Heiny Beige and you need the add-on keys for that, it's that. Or for Dolch, black and white, macro keys. It's just all that kind of stuff that doesn't exist in usual base kits. It's kind of like compatibility for common colors in GMK sets. The JOG keycap set is something that I've designed and worked with JCS to produce. So this is PBT die sub instead of double shot. GMK double shot, but as you can see, it has UK ISO and base. The ISO keys are on the other tray layout. There you go. Rest of the UK ISOs up here and here. And yeah, this is my homage to OG GMK PBT sets, OG die subs that they used to make back in the 70s and 80s of Cherry. And yeah, this is my homage to that, specifically the S8G sets, which were the UK ISO based sets. So JOG is designed to replicate that. We've had some great feedback from the people who've already picked it up. So yeah. Talking about coffee, a couple of people mentioned my coffee looks nice. You can buy our coffee from jaysroastery.net. This will now ship in the new year. Unfortunately, we're not roasting any more coffee until the new year right now. I think we're going to be roasting on the 2nd, which means orders will ship from the 3rd, I think. I do need to check that with the actual place where we roast the coffee, but I'll double check it. But I'm drinking the Fiction Blend right now, which is our kind of standard house coffee. This is actually available in a load of coffee shops near us as a house coffee, and it's a really, really good kind of house coffee. It's a great blend for just, you know, drinking in a daily coffee. It's a great medium light roast rather than it being something too heavy or something too aromatic. But yeah, you can subscribe, you can pick up coffee, whatever you want. And of course, if you don't want to support us through Twitch, if you want to help out, you can support us through Ko-fi as well. No pressure there either way. Cool. Okay, so that's all of that done. You want modern materials so bad? Well, if you buy it before the 2nd of January when Sharon's back, that's when it's going to jump up in price. But it will ship out tomorrow if you buy it today, or if you buy it on any day between Monday and Friday, it'll ship on Friday, and then after Friday it will ship in the new year, because those are the days we're back in after the new year. In future rounds of JOG, would you consider Mac modifiers or even Super instead of Winky? No. So OJ, the reason I'm going to say no to that is because JOG is designed to emulate the vintage Cherry die-sub keycaps. They didn't come in Mac layout. They didn't come with Windows keys at all. They came with nothing there because they were all Win keyless. This is pre-Windows. So the Windows keys I've used in there is kind of like the closest homage I want to get back to those keycaps. We may consider doing a Super in future, or a Code or something like that, but we won't ever do Mac compatibility for it because they just didn't exist at the time. And there's sets that do Mac compatibility really well, such as GMK Extended 2048, which is in stock ready to ship right now as well. Manu, you still confused with the B80 enter? Do they use 2 switches? What does stab do they use, ISO or ANSI? So you build the board ANSI for the enter area, and then the B80 key fits on top straight away. So you don't need to. You put the anti-stab and the switch above the anti-stab in place as you would normally, and then the key just fits. I'll open some up and you can see in a bit. Hongvi, hey man, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. J Saints as well. Thank you so much. Definitely grabbing that Dolch R4 extension. Yeah, it's a great little kit. If you've got Dolch, yeah, you're a great salesman. I just want people to get things at a better price. Like, the cool thing is, like, I could have just waited for those things. I could have turned the pre-orders off, waited until the new year and put them in stock. But what I'd rather do is, like, tell people, well, those items are actually here, and if you order them, we'll ship them tomorrow. They're just in pre-order because the member of staff that manages that is away, and we will be putting up the price when they go in stock, because in stock is always the retail price, and the pre-order price is less than retail. That's how it works. So yeah, Mr. Gimp, thank you so much for 20 months of subs as well.
Tasty.
Wan as well, thank you so much for the Prime sub too. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. They've subscribed for 28 months. Geeky Ed, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jay's a man of the people. Sometimes to my detriment, I do things for the community that I probably shouldn't do. But yeah, I know we have this joke on stream sometimes that my accountant cringes at the things I tell him. But we had a conversation on Tuesday of last week. And he was just like, why, Jay? Why? Why has this happened? Why has that happened? How have you let that happen? Those are the conversations I have with my accountant constantly. So yeah. Geeky Ed, thank you so much for the sub as well, dude. I hope you had a great week. What was your bowling score? So I took my nieces and nephew bowling with my brother Saturday morning. That's the first time I've been bowling since mine and my wife's second date in 2011. So it's like 13 years since I've been bowling. I scored 108, I think. 106 or 108. 108, I think. I had 2 strikes, 2 like natural strikes, and no spares. Didn't get a single spare. Yeah, I think I got 106 or 108. It was reasonable. It was reasonable. There was only one go where I completely gutter bowled everything. So yeah, one round I got 2 gut bowls and it was not good. But I kind of made up for it in the end. Have you seen any cool ICs or upcoming group buys recently? There's always stuff happening, Prince Skipper Skipal. I think the biggest thing for me at the minute is the Pangea Mini. And there's also MT New Space Cadet, which MT New, if you haven't tried it, GMK's new profile is really, really comfortable and nice to use. There's a ton of stuff in pre-order. I've just had confirmation from GMK that Darling isn't too far away. So again, whilst that's on pre-order, that's probably going to ship late January. Same as Blue Alert as well. So if you wanted to pick up those, that'd be quite cool. So yeah. Can't wait for GMK Future Fun Car 2. Yes, we're going to be hosting GMK Future Fun Car 2, I believe. So we'll see. I hope you're doing well. I've dragged myself out of bed and I'm wrapped up in the duvet. Dude, grab your phone and go watch in your bed. Get into bed and be comfortable. I hope this festive coffee. It's actually our fiction blend. The company that we roast our coffee with, which is really local to us, they did do a festive coffee and they've sent me a load of it because we do a lot of stuff with them. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to take it away for Christmas to my mother and father-in-laws, and we're going to have it there because I've got a nice coffee setup as well. So yeah. Have you received any boards in stock recently? I think the last thing we've received in stock was probably the Neo 80s, Neo Ergos, and PT 175s. We have a ton of stuff that's arrived. So I'm actually a little bit nervous about this because in the PT news, something I need to tell you guys about is our next shipment is due to arrive at port on the 31st of December. It was supposed to arrive at port on the 24th of December, but apparently Felixstowe is backed up, so it's now going to arrive on the 31st of December, which means it's going to arrive to the PT workshop around, it's going to be either Friday the 3rd or it's going to be Monday the 6th of January when we get it here. But I fucked up. Excuse my French, but it's true. I've absolutely messed up because we have no space for it. Like I was walking around the workshop on Friday night and I was kind of like thinking, where do I, because there's a lot coming in this shipment. It's a full containers worth of stuff. It's like, where am I going to put it all? Where am I going to put it all? And I don't know how we're going to actually handle this because we don't have enough space for it. Is that, like, we can ship out the group buy orders, but like to put it in stock, like we have no shelf space. So I don't know what we're going to do. I need to think of something to do. But we'll figure something out over the next week. I've got like a few days off after Tuesday. Sorry, Monday I'm in work, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm off, and then I'm back on Friday. So I've got a few days to let it percolate in the back of my mind. So we'll have a figure out about that. We've gone to bed. Lapland, UK tomorrow, bright and early. Good luck, dude. That sounds great for the kiddos. What configuration do you have for the Pangea Mini? I don't know, Zinni. I haven't opened it yet. You will see with me when I open it up in a few minutes' time. Fuji, any thoughts on the MT New Selectresc IC being cancelled by the designer, possibly moving from MT New to SA profile? Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. He did reach out to me and he messaged me that, and I said I still think it's got legs. He was concerned about MT New Space Cadet. I was like, yeah, it's still got legs as its own kind of thing. Selectresc is a really cool set. I think we should run it still. Let me know what you think. And I haven't heard back from him, so I don't know. September batch Neos are here. No, so they're not on the current shipment. They're going to be on the next shipment. So they didn't make the cutoff because this container actually set sail the last week in October. No, hold on. When did it set sail? The first week in November. So the September ones weren't ready by that point. So the September ones will be in our next shipment, I believe. I can happily volunteer some space. Yeah. Mega giveaway time? I don't think so. Recommend a tactile switch, please. I don't know what we have in stock right now. What have we got in stock from a switch perspective? Let's have a look. Do we have any tactiles in stock? We have browns in stock. I think that might be all we have. Yeah, we've kind of like run down on stock because I wanted to stock just switches that I liked. And loads of other vendors do cool switches. So the only ones we have, I believe, at the minute are Cherry MX2A browns, which, you know, if you like tactiles, they're the classic, but it's up to you. Can you rent shelving? So, no, it's not worthwhile renting it because, like, the shelving structures that we use, you get them from sites like Big Dug and stuff like that. They're relatively simple to put together and they're not particularly expensive. The problem is we don't have the floor space to put any more shelving in. Like, there is legal regulations about how wide you have to have the gap and the separation between them. I don't think we can actually fit any more rows in, even if we condense stuff. So I don't think that's it. Jay telling us we need to buy more stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Go buy a load of stuff. If there's, in fact, actually, do you know what? If there is something you are considering buying on the store right now, and you want a discount, and you're going to buy it if I give you a discount in the next, like, whilst the stream is live, tell me in chat what you would like to buy, and I will give you a discount live on stream. That's what we'll do, and that might help us clear some stock out. Cheesecakes, yeah, cheesecakes are really good, but we've run out of them, and we've sold something like 90% of the market share of them worldwide. So yeah, I think we ended up buying almost every cheesecake switch that was available in the market at one point. Whenever vendors had volumes of more than 2K in stock, I just bought them and we sold them almost instantly every time. Average Joe, thank you so much for 39 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. The Viola tricolor as well. Yes, we do. Yes, actually, yes. That's true. Sell some cars. Geeky Ed, me selling my cars would be like me telling you to sell your children, which is just a no-go, okay? The cars are my hobby. They're my one thing. I did used to have, years ago, before I started PT, I used to have a workshop in Cleckheaton where I stored the cars, but it was just for storing the cars, and it was very crammed and very tight. And then when I started the business, it was like, okay, I might as well just merge both of them together. So I did that, but yeah, getting rid of the cars is not an option right now. Although saying that, the big American black truck I have, the GMC K1500, that is going in the new year to a company called Ace American Autos, which are quite close to us, and they're going to sell it for me because I don't drive that, and it is time to let that one go. But yeah. Huge shame about Selectresk. I think the designer said he wanted more extensive kitting, but it just wasn't practical. Yeah. What's the best discount you can do for a Bauer Light? Probably about maybe 10%. They're pretty much at cost anyway. We have the Bauer Light pretty much at cost. So in fact, we might even be making a loss on them. I know they cost us £79 each at wholesale, including import fees and everything else. So I don't think we actually have a massive marginal by the time we get them. By the time we get them in stock. Yeah, so £79 plus VAT. Yeah, we've got about 15 quid. I can probably knock them. I can probably do them 100 quid for you. That's probably where I can get it to. Average Joe, thank you so much for the 11 gift subs, dude. 10 gift subs, sorry, dude. Yeah, I can probably do a discount to make them 99 quid during the stream if that would work for you. If that will make you buy one, Mango Rocky, I will do that, but only if you say that you're going to buy one and you actually follow through on it. I will be holding people to account on it. Let me see. We were wondering if you get more for a 7-year-old that can read and write versus a 2-year-old you get to raise for yourself. maybe. Okay. I'm gonna reprice them right now, but only for today during the stream. Decimats I can't really offer a discount on. They're so cheap anyway. Okay, so if I'm gonna do them at £99 before VAT divided by 82.5, right? Okay. Okay, I'm marking these down now. All of the Bauer Lights are going to be £99, including VAT. This is going to take me a minute. If there's anything else you guys are considering buying, we could have a look at that. But as I say, it's not possible on everything to offer a discount, but where I can, I will. Because it's Christmas, and I want to give back to you guys. You know, you guys have supported us throughout the years, so I want to make sure that you guys are happy. Yeah, so the cost of 79, we're selling for 82.5. That's like, by the time I've paid for storage on the shelf, and paid for someone to pack the order and ship it, it's basically selling at a loss. But this is one of those things that my accountant, when he sees, will absolutely scream at me for. Okay, the Bauer Lights are all updated now. They are all now reduced to £99, including VAT. There you go. Time to get buying so there's more space. Seriously, it's a real thing. Like we only have so much space, and I don't want to build another mezzanine in here at the moment because I know our lease on this building comes to an end in November 2025, and it's like I don't want to spend all that time and construction time and downtime, which would be a month, to, well, it wouldn't be downtime, but it'd be like space constraints and struggling around stuff for a month when we're going to be moving out of here in 11 months anyway. So we'll see. Should go to KKB, they have good kitting. Well, Dynamics, they wanted to do it in MT New for a spherical profile, not a cherry profile. If I had the money, I would be asking for a discount code on the little blue truck. You tried to buy that once before. I don't believe you actually want the thing, man. I don't know. There are some days I think I might be open to selling my children. Okay, let's not talk about selling children on stream. Okay, that was a joke. It wasn't meant to be a serious thing. Yeah. Literally about to buy BAE Dolch and Arfold Dolch extensions. Would I be able to get a discount? Those are already on discount. Those are at pre-order pricing. When we put them in stock in the first week in January, they're going to go up in price. You're already getting a discount on those by getting them now. That's the whole point of me telling you that the pre-orders will ship today, well, tomorrow, Monday, because they are technically in stock. They're on the shelf. Just because the member of staff that handles it is off until the new year, the price won't go up until the new year. So you are already getting a discount on those. I'm late, but good evening. Posh JP, good evening, good sir. 2-year-olds are cuter. No comments. Could it bring back Keepmas Day 8 for EPTP paying? Hope your accountant isn't watching. I can't remember what Keepmas Day 8 was, but I can probably offer like a discount on it. Let me see if I can do like a discount code for it. What was Day 8? I can't remember what Keepmas Day 8 was. I'm gonna have. Where's the Discord? Let me scroll back. Day 8 of Keepmas. What was Day 8 of Keepmas? And why didn't you buy it on Day 8 of Keepmas? Day 10, Day 9, Day 8. Oh gosh, yeah, I can't do 50% off them. Like, I actually got an absolute reaming for that. I got told off for that one so badly. Like, anything over like 30% discounts automatically flag in my accountant's inbox. Yeah. The McLaren hoodie is fine. The purple is thank you, dude. Like, this was actually SPC's recommendation, the color that I went for this color. The JO2 Eva edition at 70% off now. So it's 12 days of Keepmas. I love the idea, but I'm moving house in Jan. I can't justify the purchase. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Tasty, tasty.
Looking for a daughter board for KV2. Do you have it along with the PCB? Yeah, so we have a load of KV2 extras that we haven't actually put in stock yet. We'll be doing that in January, so watch out in January because we'll be putting them in. Yeah. Any discount on pre-order, darling? It's already at pre-order price, not in stock price. That is the discount. It's already discounted. It'll be 10% more than that when it goes in stock. So you're already getting a discount by buying it on pre-order. You're moving? Yeah, PCL will have to move from this workshop in November 2025. Because the lease is just too expensive. £6,000 a month for this building. It's just too expensive. And I just can't afford, I just can't justify the cost anymore. I just can't justify it. It's too much money. And there are cheaper alternatives out there, so we're going to be moving, yeah, ultimately. 10 packs of Hades switches in the cart. Nice. It's got a little TV shopping network. Hey, I just try to offer a good deal to people. Thank you for the trust on the Alt-GR kit project. Looking forward to it, and Merry Christmas. And to you too, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think the Alt-GR kits, we've already paid for GMK, I think. I'm sure I saw that invoice get paid a couple of weeks ago. Zero R3D, thank you so much for the 2 months of subs. Fair point about the pre-order, getting them now. Yeah. Modern materials turned up this week. Absolutely gorgeous. Anything to think about it? Pull the trigger ACP. Yeah. Do you need any? Do you sell any unified daughter boards? I think I need to get a spare. ADM. Yeah. If you make any order from the store, just put in the notes that you need a unified daughter board. I've got a bag of like 300. I'll just send you one. If you make an order, I'll just drop one in for free. There's no point in charging for that. Do you have any ideas on the next location, or is that still TBC? It's still TBC. I just know it's something that I'm going to have to start to tackle around February, April. That kind of window, that's when I'm going to have to start looking for a new place. Do you know of any manufacturers that produce one-off bespoke aluminium case? Yeah, you could use Datesin like everyone else does, but I wouldn't trust them these days. We haven't used Datesin for maybe 2.5 to 3 years now. The quality is just tanked and the price has gone up. So, but you can use them for like a one-off and it should be fine. But I wouldn't use them for a production run or anything. You can also try Salvan. He might be able to do your deal if he's got just the right sizes of aluminium lying around, something like that. £6,000. Yeah, that's the rent. So that's including service charge and the building's insurance as well. It's not including the contents, but yeah, £6,000 was my last invoice. In fact, I think it was a little bit more than that. Let me get up my last invoice because I need to. The stupid thing is the invoice is due on Christmas Day, which I hate because it's due on the 25th of every month. Let me get up the invoice. Where is it? There we go. £6,253.50. That's the cost. It's £5,211.25 plus VAT, which is £1,042.25, taking the total to £6,253.50. Plus, I also have business rates to pay for, which is like a council tax for the company, and that's £850 something a month. So yeah, £7,000 a month in total, basically. Based in Leeds, we're just next to Leeds and Bradford. Like, if you look on a map, you see Leeds, we're just to the side of that, just to the west of that. Up until 2022, we were paying £6,000 a year for our units. Yeah, so in the first year of renting, because we moved into this unit 2 years ago, the old unit was £12,000 a year, but it was only a quarter of the size of this unit. So yeah, but the rent has increased every year It was something like $2.5 grand a month originally, but the contract has, the way that the commercial contracts are constructed is that they have a clause where it allows them to increase the rent by whatever percentage they want, and it was just something we had to agree to. So yeah, it's nuts. Looking forward to the new workshop party next November. Maybe, we'll see. Do you have a KV2 daughter board or one that fits? Yeah, if you wait until the new year, WF Brown, we'll have KV2 stuff in stock. Yeah. Any chance for a discount on the Hades is? Yeah, I can do a discount code. In fact, I can just put a discount on the Hades switches, to be honest. I want to try and clear out all the switches so we can do like a full restock. I think there's like 150 different switches we're going to have in stock in 2025. So let me drop a discount on them. Because I tried the new Hades out. We got asked to do the new Hades switches and they just weren't as good as the old ones. So we declined it a while back. Okay, let me put a discount on them. Let me work out what they are now. Right, so 5.42 times 1.2 gets us to £6.50 a packet. Let's make them £4.50 a packet. So £4.50 divided by 1.2 is 3.75. Boom, there you go. Give that 2 minutes, Telvin, and the code should work. Thought DDS stopped doing one-offs for new customers. I don't know. They still ask me to do stuff with them all the time, and we just had so many problems with them. We stopped using them a few years ago. Jay, you're gatekeeping Nerve. I am not gatekeeping anything. Nerve is waiting for a fix kit. The fix kit arrived on Friday. I haven't processed them yet. I won't have time until the new year. That's not me gatekeeping it. It needs a fix kit. There is no point in shipping it out or selling extras until the fix kits arrive. That is not me gatekeeping it. Don't put words like that into my mouth. I don't like that. Are you not tempted to build your own building on a plot of land? We've looked at it, and me and my wife are in the process of looking at a house to move to. There's an opportunity, if we can purchase the house, to build a barn in the yard. That could be an option, but we would have to move very swiftly for that to work. Don't understand why VAT exists. It's taxation. Taxes are there to enable the government to enact policies and procedures. So it pays for the NHS here in the UK, it pays for a lot of road tax in the UK, it pays for a lot of things like sewerage, and it pays for all of the water aquifers, keeping up to date, or it pays for the tube building in London, it pays for road tax, it pays for councils, it pays for 1,000,001 other thing. Any service that the government has as a cost, VAT pays for that basically in the UK. Most countries have some sort of sales tax. In fact, all countries I'm aware of have some sort of sales tax. In America, it's a local state sales tax, and then you might have to pay a federal sales tax as well. Here in the UK, it's VAT. In the EU, it's VAT as well, and it varies from country to country. In the UK, it's 20%. In some EU countries, it's as high as 27%. In other EU countries, it's as low as 19%. But everywhere we ship to, there is some sort of taxation. I've never seen a country that doesn't have some sort of taxation. A nice giant keycap shaped warehouse built in the Dales would look great. No. Any tactiles in those new switches? Yeah, there is some, yeah. Switches bought, thanks, you're welcome. Do you have a hidden Mars kit at hiding? No, that sold out super quick. I wish we did. Right, apologies. I didn't mean to come off like super rude. I just, like, a few people have accused me of gatekeeping Nerve recently, and it's not that. I just don't want to ship out sell the in-stock kits until we have the fixed kits sorted. I need to make sure the other vendors get their fixed kits first, and the desk mats, which are about to ship to me as well. So there's no point in me shipping out the fixed kits and then the desk mats to the vendors. We might as well wait till everything's here, ship that out to them, and then we can make sure we get the extras in stock. Rachel Reeves is in the chat. Pays the shareholders that run those utilities. Well, it's one of those things. Guernsey doesn't have VAT. Does Guernsey not have VAT? Is that true? My shocked face when I moved from 7% goods and sales tax in Singapore to 20% here. Yeah, there's also hidden taxes in Singapore, though. I think there's a lot of stuff that's already taxed stupidly high. I think like vehicles, if you want to have a car in Singapore, you have to pay like a stupidly high VED or equivalent, which that's like a bigger tax in one area for it. So Channel Islands don't have VAT. Move to the Channel Islands then, because if you're not in the UK and you buy from us, you won't pay VAT unless you're in the EU, and then you'll pay your EU VAT. But yeah. Okay, my coffee's going cold now, so I haven't drunk it all. But let's make a start on the stuff. Are you worried about possible tariffs coming in the US? Yeah. Okay, before I send my PT parcels abroad then sneak them back in. Dude, that is highly illegal. Do not tell me you do that, because if I know you do that and I know who your real name is, I will have to ban you from the store, because that's illegal, and you could get me fined for that as well if it looks like I'm complicit in your tax evasion. That is also a fine that companies can get. So if you do that, don't tell me. Do you have a loose set of GMK Dragon Witch to Ogre on stream? No. We've only got sealed copies, I'm afraid. I could probably get the box and show you the box at the end of the stream. Crush 65 hasn't arrived yet, so there will be Crush 65 extras after we've shipped the group buy. It's in the next shipment that's due to arrive on the 31st of December. So yeah. Are you worried about the possible tariffs incoming to the US? So this is a really good question. I actually wrote like an article that's on the PT website on our blogs page if you want to check that out about this. At least I think it's on there. It might not be. The whole Trump bringing tariffs into the vendor, well, into the USA affects every industry you could think of. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Keyboards is just the one we happen to exist in right now, so that's what we're going to focus on. So if Trump introduces tariffs on things produced in China, the vast majority of products in the keyboard hobby are produced in China. Sure, GMK is produced in Germany, and there's other things produced in other countries as well, like Salvan's produced in Belgium, whatever. The vast majority of stuff, most desk mats, most key sets, most keyboards tend to be produced in China. At the moment, the way that the hobby is, people investing in group buys, the numbers have dropped. I don't think that's any secret. Our sales have been pretty much steady all the way across. PT's doing okay. But in terms of actual group buy sales, the numbers have dropped. And the reasons for that are multiple. One, numbers of failing vendors. Two, mass products on the market. There's a lot more saturation of the market, and there's more things for people to decide between. And there's a few other things as well. What that means is a lot more projects are going to struggle to hit MOQ more naturally than they would have historically. Usually projects for the past couple of years have hit MOQ organically through group buy sales, and then extras have taken them to ever higher numbers. Okay. Historically, there was a time before that, 2018, 2019, 2020, when group buys didn't hit MOQ and the vendors bought extras to buy them out. And we've kind of moved back to that point where we've hit a point where for some projects now, they don't hit MOQ organically, and it's due to vendors buying them out that we get the products made. How does this relate back to Trump and potential China tariffs? Well, because things are made in China, if those costs for keyboards go up by 25% because they're produced in China, the cost for group buys in the in the USA will go up by 25% to accommodate that. The vendors can't just lose 25% because that's just not how business works. They need to make a profit. They need to make money to keep themselves going and keep them funded. So if costs go up and prices go up like to silly numbers, that will see even fewer people join the group buys. Right now, the US is vastly the biggest part of pretty much any group buy. If a group buy needs to hit MOQ of 100, you can guarantee that 75% of those sales will happen in the US, and the remainder will happen in the EU, the UK, few and far, and other places as well. Like the numbers outside of the US are smaller, significantly smaller, like 10%. We usually do about 10% of the US numbers on any given average group buy, I would say. So if they can't hit the MOQ because the price has gone up, and it's only gone up for them, it's not gone up for the other vendors because they're not paying that 25% tax, and their customers aren't used to it, it's going to lead to a lot more projects not hitting MOQ because the vendors aren't going to be able to plug that gap. And that's going to mean that there's fewer group buys, there's going to be fewer products made, and it's just going to be a whole shit show. The projects that it's going to impact most isn't the ones that try to run group buy, don't make MOQ, and everyone gets a refund. That's just a MOQ failure, and that's fine. Everyone remains happy because everyone gets the money back. The ones that it will impact are the ones that are in flight. So let's say you sell a keyboard today. You sell 100 units and you're a US vendor, and you sell it at $100 each. And then all of a sudden, they cost you $100 each, and you sell them at $120 or whatever. And then you get them shipped to you in 6 months' time. The tariff is now in effect, and all of a sudden those keyboards that cost you $100 now cost you $125. You're now not making a profit, you're now making a loss on that whole project. That's the ones that are the risky ones, the ones that are already in flight, the projects that are already in flight. So yeah. Love when people confess crimes on Twitch. Yeah. Should have called it Snitch. Do you know where Singer KBD manufactures their boards? Also China. Singer I do. I'm not going to tell you where Singer manufactures their keyboards, but yeah, they don't manufacture them in the USA. Which stabs do I get for my crush? Gemma, I think I actually have some stabs for you for that board. If you just remind me when your board is ready to ship, I will send them to you. Is it okay if I ask dropped by how much as a percentage? Like, are we talking 50% decrease or something crazy like that? I mean, in terms of our sales, like the market is pretty much stayed static. Like, we haven't seen any growth in the past year, but we haven't seen massive drop-offs either. So yeah, but that's probably because we sell more in-stock product now, which kind of lessens the gap for us to group buy sales. I don't have an exact number for you. China, Korea, a really big too, depending on the project. Yeah. Well, China group buys tend to happen separately to Western countries ones. So yeah. So there we go. Just got an email for Facebook ads for £700. Nice. Nice. I've never run Facebook ads. Don't know. Right. Okay. We've talked about a lot of different things now. I think it's time to actually show you some stuff, and then we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll start the build. So, first of all, what do I want to show you? I want to show you a few things. And then we'll start to look at the Pangea menu. First up, let's click over here and do that. First up, the BAEs. These have all arrived. They're in the workshop now. So this is the Dolch version. I've got the 9009 version. The BAE Enter kits. These are all now. I've also got the black and white version. There's the white and black version, and I think there's another one as well, the L9 version as well. These have all arrived. They're here now. I've shipped out all the group buy orders. So if you order the pre-order, it'll actually ship tomorrow for these, because they are sat on the shelf ready to go. But how the BAEs Enters work is they cover, well, either ISO or ANSI Enter they cover, but they kind of cover the same shape of it as an ISO Enter or an ANSI Enter. I think what a lot of people forget is that ISO and ANSI actually cover the same shape, just in different ways. So you have the ISO Enter key here with the 1U at the side of it. You have the ANSI Enter key here with the 1.5U keycap above it. They both take up the same way. They're just different ways of splitting those two keys. BAE actually takes up the same space no matter which one you lay it on top of. But it does use the ANSI stab layout, so it needs an ANSI stab and the switch above it. You can see here on the back of the keycap, that's the ANSI stabilizer, that's the switch above it, and it fits there. But yeah, so these are in stock now. They're technically listed as a pre-order, but they'll actually ship in stock, pretty much straight away. What does BAE stand for? Big Ass Enter. It's huge, so it stands for Big Ass Enter. It's a good way to get around cursed ANSI, absolutely. So anyway, these are my personal sets. We'll be putting those into the kits later on. The other thing I wanted to show you as well is GMK Tribal. If you haven't seen Tribal, this is cool. Look at these novelties. Look how cool these novelties came out. Look how cool these GMK novelties came out. They came out so good. The box art is really cool as well. It really does what it says on the tin. Tribal. It's just such a cool box. Super happy with this. I'll show you the base kit as well. These are up for pre-order, but technically in stock as well because they arrived the other day. And all group buys and pre-orders for this have been shipped out as well. Is the printing on them raised like on MV Expo? Yeah. I'll show you the Nui Legends in a second. So because they're multicolored, GMK only does double shot. They don't do triple shot or quad shot or whatever else, however many colors you've got here. So these are pad printed, so they are slightly raised. I mean, there's no way to do good pad printing without it being slightly raised off of the keycap. It's going to be difficult to show you, but there is a slight raise to it. But they are super durable and just really, really nice. And look how cool this came out. Look at that for a super colourful set. You can see the Nui Legends. It's not quite the same as the standard GMK Legend. Isn't the main Legend. So yeah, so you can get these for pre-order pricing right now. It's a pretty comprehensive base kit. And they just look really cool. Yeah, the symbols are super cool. Like the symbology in this, I don't know what everything means, but it's just super, super cool. Big fan of this already. MV Legends, yeah, this uses the Nui Legends, which Max Voltar designed for GMK High-Vis and other sets, and the designer of this set used those legends. So yeah, so they're, you can see the Q isn't the standard GMK font Q. This is all new fonts. Yeah, all new legends. Did the angels carry it personally to you? No, I just opened it up on stream. You watched me unseal it on stream. Big shout out to Max. He's such a good guy. So yeah. Flaccid Ico icon set. Yeah, but you also get the coolest key in the whole set is this ISO enter, and you also get that. So if you buy the novelties. So yeah. Okay. I also have another board to open. I don't actually know what this is, but it's come from Kazewa. I have no idea what this is, so I'm going to open this. I'm hoping this isn't like a customer board, but it came from China, so I don't think so. Max Volta saved my entire family from my housefire. UV print set. UV print's actually pretty good these days. Like, I have a UV print set from, 10 years ago. GMK Royal Alpha. I used it daily for 2 years. There's no wear on it. There's no change to it. I don't actually know what I have no idea what this is. I haven't opened it up. I don't know what it is at all. I don't know if Manu's arranged for this to come to me or not, but it looks like a buy-on board, but I don't know if it is. No, it's not buzzing. Oh. Is it bees? Can you hear buzzing? Might be my phone that's buzzing. It's a keyboard. It's a cool color. I love the color. I don't know what board this is. Oh, I do now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have this yet or not. There's the name of the board. Synovia. Yeah, I didn't realize that this was coming so soon. It's a very pretty color, right? Look how it changes. Orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors for keyboards. I've been doing orange keyboards myself for years. So I've been doing orange keyboards myself for years. There you go. It's different orange, but it's still nice. Almost all boards that I've ever made have had an orange prototype at some point. But yeah, here we go. So this is going to be the next week's build stream then. Yeah, we could put tribal on here. It'd look really nice. This is so good. Look how it changes colour. It's almost like a reddish hue and then it goes to a bright orange. Super nice. Can I buy this one off you? Is that aluminium? Yeah. Synovia in the wild? Yeah. Match the Datsun. It's a very different orange to the Datsun, but it's still orange, yeah. I've only got one board that matches the Datsun that had to be painted because you can't get the same orange that's on the Datsun because it's metallic in aluminium. You can't even get close. So yeah, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to have that yet, but I do. Like I thought that was getting shipped like January, not now. Orange is such a cool and underused color for keyboards. Absolutely, yeah. GMK Carbon collab is going to be so good. Yeah, GMK Carbon's in stock right now as well. And we'll have Ski Data Neo from KKB in stock in the new year as well. Can I buy this one for you? Alvi, do you mean the Synovia? I wish more keyboards had big bezels. I love TKLs, but a lot of them feel very similar to me. I want the chunky ones. Yeah, I like big bezels. I do like big bezels. That's my kind of thing. Right, let's take a look at this Pangea Mini. Speaking of bezels. You can't buy it off me because I didn't pay for it. I'm pretty sure I'll have to send it back after I built it. I don't think I'm going to get to keep it. But you will be able to buy the Synovia. Jackie Legacy Hippo is going to go into group by next month. That's a real chunk. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got some night stabilizers, V2s. Nice. And we have some switches. Bowl is watching. Bowl, what switches are these? I don't recognize these switches. This is Bowl's personal keyboard that we're building. Yeah, I have a ton of night stabilizers lying around, but these are the ones he sent. I don't recognize these switches though. Marzunia? Nice. Thank you, Bowl. Thank you. Go on, camera focus. Cool colors. Very smooth. I don't know who's lubed these, but they've done a very good job with them. They feel great. These are definitely lubed. They're not stock. I can tell you that much. Lube and spring swap to 62 gram TK. Oh, it's TX keyboards. Yeah, sorry, TX. Yeah, yeah. They feel really nice. Super smooth. Super smooth. Probably a little bit light on my personal taste, but they feel great. Okay, so Bowl's snazzy logo there. Carry case with handle and zippers. Let's take a look at which one we have. Okay. So first things first, we have JST and daughter board, maybe some other things in there as well. Gaskets. We have an alu plate, carbon fiber plate, PP plate, and a PC plate, and a solder PCB. There we go. Let's build this one with carbon fiber, I think. It's the best material, I think. Okay, nice bit of soft cushioning there. And here we go. Always carbon fiber. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Text only definitely doesn't work for all sets, but I do think it can look really good. At least it means that the molds exist for a version of NUI that doesn't have cursed ISO insert. Plus, I'm sure designers will be able to kit icon arrows with text mods if they want. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Lightning is free to build whatever he would like. Here's the board itself. CF good, yeah. I do like the carry case, it's nice quality. Some of the carry cases we get for some things are a bit on the flimsy side. This one feels nice and solid. I don't actually know what color I've got of anything here, so you guys are going to see this with me for the first time. Wow. So this is... What color is this? But look at the machining here. Look how neat this is. The acrylic white. Look at this neat machining here. Super clean. Super clean. Look at that. Look at the Pangea text there. So fine, neat. Side profile. You need the darkness underneath. Look at this side profile here. This is a multi-layered kind of design. Like the shadows really highlight how curved this is and how nice it is. Look at the curve here. Super, super nice. Just fits your fingers nicely. So like if you're going to pick up your board from behind, just fits really nice across here. And same for the sides. Just really nice. Don't know if you can see on camera, but there is like a sparkle in it. Don't know if the camera's going to pick that up or not. You might be able to see it just here, like a sparkle. Don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but there's like a sparkle in the white. Super nice. Super, super, super nice. New molds are open source, and since it seems that GMK have made the text-only molds for a set for themselves, I suspect it wouldn't add a large amount, if anything, to cost the sets using. Yeah, you can use it, as far as I'm aware. I think the fabric set was actually designed by Max as well, so if that's what you're referring to. Coffee check. Yeah, I'm drinking my own coffee. This is Fiction Blend from Jay's Roastery. Super pretty. It's really pretty. Like, this is really, really pretty. Super duper pretty. Nice texture to it. HHKB layout as well. Take a look at the PCB. Cream coating. Nice, yeah. Cream and peace in polycarbonate. What's not to love? All really nice types of wrap. Telvin, thank you so much for the gift set. PCB, pretty standard looking. This is a solder version. JST connection. Very neat and tidy. So we are going to build this ANSI, but we're going to put BAE enter on it, I think. Making the mini, I'm so jealous. Just buy one shot. These are up for group buy right now. Christmas wrapping paper. Black wrapping paper is definitely it's definitely one of my love languages, is black paper like this. Spray coat and acrylic weight looking great. Looks fantastic, right? Look how good this looks. So good. Can you see the bowl logo etched in here? Super nice. Super tasty. Okay. Right, let's get our stabilizers ready. Carbon fiber plate looking snazzy as always. Plate set ANSI only here. Black paper scrunching ASMR stream. Hi Jay, any recommendations on what would work to protect a bare aluminium keyboard like the Neo 80 from oxidizing? I was thinking of using automotive clear coat. Yeah, so clear coat will work. The raw keyboards were designed so that you could go out and get them anodized or cerakoted to whatever color you want. But if you want to keep them that raw color, I use car automotive paint as well for clear coat. I can show you what it looks like after a bit of time. If I can find it. So this is my W180. You'll see it's got fingerprints on it and stuff. These do wipe down to an extent, but this is automotive clear coated, so you can kind of see how it will look over time. It will still patina underneath the clear coat, and it has got all of the original scratches and stuff that were on the board present when I originally clear coated. But you can kind of see where the clear coat is, where the paint reflects. You can see that it's like kind of got like a depth to it where the lights are shining on it. That's what the clear coat will look like over time. So you can still see all the original machining marks, any scratches that were present in it when we clear coated it.
Tasty, tasty.
But you can see how the paint gives it that kind of like shiny reflectiveness that doesn't come from a natural luster on metal. So yeah, that's what you'll end up if you use automotive clear coat. Automotive clear coat. Patina edge charm, natural oxidization. Yeah, love it. Right, let's get these stabilizers put together. You want to see the PC plate? Yeah, we can have a look at the other plates. Almost like an aged mirror. Yeah, it's kind of it, yeah. That's not a bad way of describing it. Still built like the card layout, yeah. Let's have a look at these other plates. We're gonna have to do more black paper scrunching. So this is the PC plate. Podball's gonna have to rewrap these when I send them back. I need to decide on what colour I'm gonna buy for the Pangea as well. Here's the PC plate. The SML, there it was. There's a PC plate. Lightly sandblasted, looks really nice and neat. Still got smooth to the touch. Quite flexible. Being polycarbonate, it will be. Nice. No one else has asked for a discount yet on this one, so that's quite interesting. This is the PP plate. I've never personally been a fan of any PP boards that I've built. We did used to laser cut PP in-house, but it's it doesn't laser the best, so it definitely needs to be milled like this, but it's very flexible. ASMR with Jay. I could just like record my voice whispering sweet nothings for you, Alvy, if you want. Oh, Alvy. Take me to Venice. Ride with me on the gondola. The plates are all the same thickness. They're just different materials that have different properties. They're both 1.5 or 1.6 millimeters. Thick PP. Alvy, wait, we had a bet. Do you actually have to, I can't remember what the bet was, but if I won the bet, you had to take me to Maranello. Did you have to take me to Maranello? Absolutely. Or did I lose the bet and now I have to do something for you? I can't remember what the bet was. Or is it for next year? I can't remember. Here's the alu plate. If you go the right way around. There you go. Black aluminium. Oh, Charles wins the championship next year? Okay, yeah. Pay for the tour. You have to pay for the whole trip, right? There we go. So those are the three plates. They're all the same thickness, just different materials. Nice and snazzy. I don't think we could have built any of these ISO. Yeah, I didn't need the plate file. Where's Leclerc driving next year? He's still driving for Ferrari with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton will be joining him. Hopefully to victory. Do you know, I do think Leclerc is probably the most attractive driver on the grid. Like, I do have a little bit of a man crush on him. He's a very, very pretty boy. Why do you think 60% compact boards are so popular? I feel like a huge proportion of boards are in smaller form factors. People like smaller form factors because they take up less space on the desk. They're easier to build. There's fewer things to go wrong. They're just nice to look at. Like, I have another one just here because I like to use this on a daily basis. This is Jim King Nerve on here with a 6U spacebar from Rubber Hose, which is a different color. But yeah, I think people like the smaller layouts because they take up less space on the desk, so you've got more room when you're playing games for a mouse. You know, they're much more compact, so it's easier to get to things. They look nice. I think it's a few different things. Easy on the eyes. Yeah, I agree, Demotex, I agree. Right, before we do the stabilizers, let's do a giveaway because, like, I promised loads of giveaways. I'm going to load up marbles, and then I'm going to pick something from my pile to give away. Where is marbles? Where is marbles? There it is. Yeah, play marbles on stream. Yes. Yeah, okay. Yes, PC, I want to play marbles. 40's best. It's cute and I don't really care about the afro. Yeah. Layers are a great thing to use. Like, you know, if you're traveling and you're carrying this around with you, it's much less space to take up than it's 60% of the space of a TKL. So it leaves more space in your bag, smaller bag, lighter boards, that kind of thing as well. A certain dominance, 1800 or full size. Next to no one bought this full size seal, so, or the Pangea, so, well, not from PT anyway. Like full size boards in the UK do not sell well at all. Like that's one thing we've learned about. Right, okay, I'm gonna flick over to this tab, and in a second, when Steam decides to work, you will see. Why is it not working? Why is marbles not working? Right, cancel that. Play. Yes. Hopefully marbles is gonna play. Here we go. I think it's gonna work now. I think. There we go. You should be able to see marbles now. Right, okay. So we're gonna do a race. Oh, let's decide what we're going to give away first. Let me grab something from the pile. I do have something from Matrix. We'll do that in a minute. We'll do that next. Let's do a prototype keycap set. So this is a prototype keycap set of Pangea. We haven't actually received the group buy model of these, so you'll be one of the first in the world to have it. There's 3 different kits here. We've got the... Doesn't say.
Incredible.
We've got 3 different kits for it anyway. It is prototype. It should be a base kit, some modifiers, and I think a numpad. We'll give this away first. The pink is that colour. That is stupidly bright. So we're going to play for these first. It's just going to be one race. Whoever wins the race will get these. We'll ship it anywhere in the world. All you need to do is DM a mod straight after winning, if you are the winner, with your full name, address, and phone number, and we'll get these posted out to you in the new year. It's not going to get posted out before Christmas, I'm afraid. We'll get it posted out to you in the new year, but that's what we're playing for right now. Let's flick back over to the games screen. Let's do a community map. And let's do something with a medium elimination rate, like 50%. Oh, look, there is one at 50% here. Let's do this one. Okay, this is what we're going to play. Hello from Froggyland. Hello, Ray. I'm going to move that to one side, but we're playing for Deadline Studios Air Pangea. All you need to do, if you want to be in it, is do !play into chat, and that will put you into chat. You can see a few people have done it here. You can see loads of people are now populating it. Oh, this is going to be an interesting race. I'm going to give you guys a minute to join because there's 170, 180 people watching, so let's wait until we've got 100 people. That's more than 50%. Come on, there's only 76 of you in it. If you want to be in it, you've got to join. You can't win if you're not in. We'll ship this anywhere in the world as well. We'll cover shipping costs. The only thing you might have to pay is import duties if they're due in your country. Okay, I'm going to hit start now, which means you've got 10 seconds left to join. So you've got 10 seconds, guys, if you want to be in it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's see who can win the race. We're racing down to the first obstacle here. It's a series of pinata pingles. I'm not even sure what it's called. Pinocchio board. Lots of holes at the bottom. Let's see who's going to win. Charlie or Francis coming around on the outside. Charles Server in the middle. 2 Charlies are there as well. Hey Asbo around down at the left side. The Unborn is there as well. It looks like oh, who's through first? It looks like Sunset on Wheels has taken the lead. Jelly Master's not too far behind. Mad X is there, and so is Anarchy in the top 10 as well. Charles Server isn't too far behind as well, but Angry Swan is catching up to Sunset on Wheels. Don't forget, it's whoever finishes this race in first, but there's a long way to go. Charles Server has now definitely taken the lead, but Angry Swan swoops through and catches. No, Ray the Kid has the lead. Ray the Kid has skipped out half the track there and has taken a massive lead, but Angry Swan is hot on his heels to try and catch up. Tons of obstacles still to go though before we get to the finish line. Gillimer's catching up as well. Nimble Machine's coming through there. Customs there too. So is Crimson 7, UK Keep, and D Woodfork as well. Demotex is in the middle. So is Jelly Master. I'm right at the back. Gouty's right at the very back. That's really slow with Telvin and Mango Rocky and Super Hands. Right at the front though, we've got Jenga and an Angry Swan. Has Ray finished? Did Ray finish? No, Angry Swan is here, so Ray must have fallen through the map and died. Angry Swan has died. Jenga now has the lead. Jenga's dead as well. Just BMT now has the lead, but Anonymous Biker storming through on the far side. He might take the lead here. Ballboy 12 isn't too far behind, but Hungry Hannah's catching up. Bollock is coming through too. Just BMT's dead. Anonymous Biker is about to go through into the Ball of Doom. Hungry Hannah's just behind. Clownfish is about to die, so is just BMT, I think. Ray the Kid is there. He didn't die, but he just got left behind. So is UK Keeb as well. All into the Wheel of Doom now as we start to come towards the end of the track. There's only a couple of obstacles left, but we do have these dangerous laser balls to get past, so there could be a high elimination rate here. Lots of people now in the Ball of Death, seeing if they can get through. Conan's there as well. Exists, dies. Refried Beans and Fusion and... oh, I don't know who that was, but they died. Refried Beans has taken the lead. It looks like Refried Beans is going to take the win unless Fusion can catch up. I'm dead. I just seen my name pop up dying somewhere. Did they make it? Did they make it? Refried Beans takes the win. Fusion takes second. Anonymous Biker takes third. Conan takes fourth. Geeky Ed takes fifth. Ray the Kid takes sixth. Ballboy takes seventh. Hungry Hannah takes eighth. Duodod takes ninth. And Charles Serve takes 10th. That is our top 10. Everyone else now making the leap into the pit at the end. There we go. So Refried Beans, congratulations. Please reach out to a mod and let them know your full shipping address, name, details, and we'll get this shipped out in the new year. That's the full set of Deadline Studios Air Pangea. So there you go. Congratulations. We'll wait for this to finish and then we'll have a look at the full listings. A few people going through here. Captain Reed, Manu, and Liam Derion. Oh, Captain Reed might just make it. Yeah, Captain Reed is the last person to get over the line. So there we go. So the final results are Refried Beans took the win and then a 5-second lead over Fusion. Let's see who the last person to score points was. The last person to score points was Blind Disobedience in 20th. Let's see who came in. The last finisher was Captain Reed at 46th, and everyone else was not good enough on today, including me. So there we go. Okay. Cool. Right, okay, we'll go back to the build stream now. I did get the McLaren hoodie. Yes, I did buy it in the end. Yeah, it looks really nice. Thank you. It's very comfortable as well. 5th, I'll take it. There you go. Yeah, so Refried Beans, please reach out to one of the moderators and they'll get you sorted out with the prize in the new year. Congratulations. More stuff to give away towards the end of the stream. In fact, I'll show you what else I've got to give away. So I have a Matrix Lab macro. It's actually identical to this one, Sans keycaps and switches. It's identical to this in the same colorway. So we've got one of those to give away. We've got a set of Doise keycaps. These are another prototype set of keycaps. These are the Doise keycaps. These are really cool. And then we have this board is from my personal collection. And because I was gifted this by Singer years ago, back in 2018, I don't want to sell it, but I do want to give it away. So this is one of the original rose gold Singer 75s. I've had this in my collection for a long time. There you go. It does have a slight chip on it somewhere. Just here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a slight chip on the front. But we'll be giving that away for free as well. It's in this lovely rose gold. I had GMK Olivia on this for so long. Yeah, you can tell how old it is just from the design, but it's a cool board. This was a prototype as well, so it does have a few issues like that mark I showed you, and the fitment's not great, but it was a prototype, and it was one of the first prototypes that Lane ever did, I believe. So yeah, I think this has a Heine PCB in it from memory. Might be the second round ever, I don't know. But yeah, it's super, super nice. So we'll give that away later on as well. But that's been in my personal collection for a long time. So yeah. Okay, let's get these stabilizers done. So we are building this ANSI. So we're going to do, we'll split backspace. So we need one for ANSI enter. This is where Bowl tells me, no, I want full backspace. I'm pretty sure is given its HHKB layout, he'll want split. Split backspace, ANSI enter, full left shift, because it's ANSI, so of course we'd want that. And then what size spacebar? 7U spacebar it's going to be. So just 3 stabilizers to do today, which makes this nice and easy. Fortunately, this doesn't support split spacebar, so I can't do split spacebar. There we go. coming for the singer. Well, someone's going to win it later on. You're going to just have to keep watching for the chance to win. Get why Jim K. Liver was on it, suits it so well. Yeah. There's plenty more giveaways to come. Don't worry. A few more to do anyway. And a little bit more next week as well. I won't have time to do them all today, but when we take a proper look at the Synovia next week, we'll do some more giveaways. Oh, Ball does want split backspace. Good to know. Good to know. Right, so we're going to lube up the spacebar first. Just going to assemble these stabilizer housings. What we'll do first is we will lube the wires and we'll build the stabilizers, and then we'll lube the slider rails after. Using Crytox instead of duck fat. I did actually buy a ton of goose fat today for Christmas Day. Not literally a ton, but like I think it was 2 pints. I think of duck fat, just for the family usage, because there's like 10 of us at Christmas, so there's a lot of food. But yeah, I don't think duck fat on stabilizers would be particularly enjoyable. But you try it and you do you, boo. You do you. Hoping we get a restock of the night stabilizers soon as well. I'm waiting for the next restock to come available. Background music is on Spotify. Yeah, so it's so we actually have to pay for a music license here at PT because we have music on at the workshop, and businesses that have music on have to pay for a license. But this is actually royalty-free music, so this is Harris Heller's Stream Beats on Spotify. But because we're technically a company, we still need to have a license to play it, which is I think £900 a year. I think. You didn't know your keyboard sounds quacking. Do you know, one of the things that when me and my wife buy a new house, I want to do is, because we're hoping to move a little bit further out into the countryside than where we are right now. We live in a little village called Shelf, just outside Bradford. But we want to move over to East Yorkshire, which is where my wife's family's from. So I'm hoping that we can have a pond wherever we move to. And by pond, I mean like, you know, like a big pond. Like big enough to swim across sort of size. And one thing I absolutely want to keep is Indian runner ducks. Like this is like my little retirement dream, to have Indian runner ducks. I'm a big fan of ducks. They're one of my favorite animals. Not a lake as such. East Yorkshire for the win. Yeah, we have family that live over in Cherry Burton, so that's the kind of direction we want to move. Maybe a little bit north of that. There's actually a really nice little seaside hamlet that we've looked at called Fraysthorpe. And a few other places around that sort of area. Yeah. East Yorkshire, just before it becomes North Yorkshire, that's kind of where we're looking at. A modest tarn. No, just like a big pond. Nudist beach is not my thing. I'm a little bit too tubby for that. I'll scare everyone away. Is Westfield fasteners still your go-to for spare screws? Every single board that we produce here at PT, we only use Westfield fasteners for the screws. Not like other companies that we do group buys with, like you know, Owl Labs or whatever. But anything that we produce in-house always uses Owl Lab. Westfield fastener screws. Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic for the price point. Their service is second to none, and they're really nice people. Too Tubby has never stopped anyone at a nudist beach. It'd stop me. People would run away if I took my clothes off. Let's put it that way. Like, I'd be the only person on OnlyFans that you'd be paying to not take their clothes off. We actually go to Freyslip quite a bit because there's a nice coffee shop there, and we like to walk the dog on the beach there. But I didn't know it had a nudist beach. I've never seen the nudist beach. Never seen a nudist beach. Do I watch anime? Not really. Anime is not my kind of thing. Like, I've watched a few bits, but nothing major. It wouldn't interest my wife either, so yeah. She's the master of the TV remote in our house. £600 coffee tea begs to differ. Yeah, only you pay for that though, dude. There's only you pays for that. I'm just like stumbling upon a crowd of ghosts. Yeah. Okay, let's get these stabilizers into the PCB. It's going in nicely. There we go. Yeah, so how I do it, Reed, is I lube the wire. I lube the wire, and then I put the wire inside the housing. So I lube the short bit of the wire, put the wire into the housing inside the house, so into the slider inside the housing. So that's already in that, and then I put that into that. And then what I do is I put a tiny bit of lube into the back of the slider, and then I lube the sides of the slider as well, both sides. It's not been on nudist beach since the late 90s. Well, there you go. I didn't go to it in the late 90s, so that would explain why I wasn't aware it was a nudist beach. Why is lubricant censored on Twitch? I can kind of understand why. You change the packaging. I like the cartoon. There's different versions of the packaging. So I'd say we're waiting for the next round at the minute, because they are pretty good at the night stabs. So we have some of the V2s. So these are V2s in the old packaging, and then where did I put the new packaging? And then this is the new packaging. So yeah, they're just the new version. Does PT stock night stabs? Yeah, we usually do. We're just waiting for the next version. We had the last version sold out pretty quickly. Night versus Type Plus. I have some Type Plus just waiting on my butter. Do you know what? I actually really rate the Type Plus. I think they're both just as good as each other. I think both are perfectly fine. And then I think AE board stabs are probably a really close third. QMX are really good for like durability and longevity. Once you've got the QMX stabs right, they're really good. We're actually waiting on a restock of QMX. They should be here in the new year. Wait for Knight's QMX or Type Plus read is what I would recommend. We should have all 3 coming in relatively early in the new year, so it shouldn't be too long until we have them. I'll chase GMK when I'm back from Christmas vacation. Why have I decided to do this wrong? I decided to put this screw in completely the wrong way and make it really difficult for myself. I don't know why I decided to do that. Lubing Allison up, nice. Long pole stabs for long pole switches. Oh, it is supposed to, yeah, this is supposed to be for left shift, not for backspace. Why have I put it in backspace? Good point, good point. Well spotted, thank you. I was just automatically doing that and I wouldn't have realised. Yeah, someone else just noticed bowl as well. Yeah, why was I doing that? There we go. I don't know why I did that. Just not thinking and carrying on as normal. There we go. Top shift, absolutely. Well, it would be the ANSI answer with that one. Yeah, but yeah. How's EC kit selling? Mediocrely, if I'm honest. Like, we've still got thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of EC stuff in. I'm hoping that they sell better when we start to have some of the compatibility kits in, because we are working to have the compatibility kits for the JO2, where you'll get a plate and a PCB and you'll be able to change it to Topra. You'll just need all of the EC kits and components as well. So hopefully that will happen relatively soon in the new year, and then I'm hoping that they'll sell them. But other than that, not great. Split backspace. Oh, pocket owned. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we're just going to pop the switches in, pop them into the plate, and then pop them into the PCB as well. I'm just going to do a couple in each corner here first. I'll do the shift one on this row. Just make sure they're all nicely in, and then it's holding everything together, and then we can start to put the rest of the switches in, and then we can solder. Okay, start with the bottom row. We have to go for HHKB layout here. We have no choice because it's a HHKB case. You can't see that because it's cream and it's not showing up very well on the camera, but it's a HHKB case. There we go. Geom plate forks any good? They're probably the best on the market, yeah. That's why we stock them. Like, we've had a few of the designers come to us with plate forks, and none have been as good as the Geom ones. Any advice on finding manufacturers for one's own keyboard design endeavors? Yeah, I mean, we used to use Dateson a lot up until a couple of years ago. I know that people have said they're not doing one-offs anymore, and that might be the case. There's other manufacturers out there. It's easy to tell you which ones to stay clear of, I think, these days, because there's a lot of bad manufacturers out there. There's a lot of manufacturers that we've tried and tested and probably wouldn't go back to. But there is a lot of resources out there. Go to the Keyboard Atelier Discord server that's run by AO3. There's always a lot of chatter about which manufacturers are good on there and which ones will do you one-offs and which ones won't. Cool. Okay, now we can start putting the switches in a little bit more quickly. Gauji, yeah, I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole. Gauji, Hong2, there's a few that I just wouldn't touch. Just poor quality, poor communication. Yeah, 3D printed ones are fine if you've got it. Yeah. have access to a 3D printer, they're good. If you want something that's just a great, cheap in-stock product, I think like a $5 or something on our site, the GM one's pretty solid. We did used to sell some 3D printed ones, but they didn't sell particularly well, so I've stopped making them. We just stuck the GM ones. Been loving my 3D printer. Do you have any cool stuff to print? Yeah, there's all sorts of cool stuff you can print, dude. Like, just find something that's interesting to you, like a hobby that's interesting to you, whether that's keyboards or clocks or whatever. And then if you Google that and 3D print or STL, you'll find a ton of stuff to print. Go on Printables or Bamboo's equivalent of Printables, depending on what printer you've got, and take a look. Keyboard stands. We have some keyboard stands in stock actually that we laser cut. I think laser cut keyboard stands tend to be better than the 3D printed ones, because to get the same structural integrity, you have to make the 3D printed ones quite thick and unsightly. Pokemon are fun to print. Yeah. We've done a few Pokemon things. Mel's had me printing a load of stuff for her. Google Nest that she has. Getting there with the switches. These feel really, really nice to press. Printed me some screens a while ago, a bit like the one you sold last week. Screens? Oh, you mean the housings for the LED screens? Yeah, that was years ago. That's probably 3 or 4 years ago now. That was when we were in the old workshop. It was basically like a mini monitor that you could put like a 5-inch screen in. Bowl. Stepped or full caps lock? Let me know what you want, Bowl. Stepped or full caps lock? This is chat where he says he wants full caps lock and he is wrong. I knew it. I knew he was going to say that. I knew it. Yeah, the guy who bought the Kerry Work said it did work. Yeah, I use control on, you can't see it, but that is a control key, but I still use stepped. We'll do you full, don't worry. Don't worry, Paul. We'll get you full. Stepped is best. Oh wait, I put it in the, yeah, I put it in the full. Stepped controller. Stepped control. Stepped control is the best key after ISO enter that GMK makes. Step control is annoying. Oh dear, I do love how this hobby is all about preference and we just rip into each other for having different preferences. Right, let's get the soldering iron ready. Okay. Right, let's do, whilst I'm soldering, let's do a second giveaway as well. Let's make this one interesting. Let's give away the Mr. Hat Santa from Matrix. Let's give this away. This is the pink one, I think. Yeah, it's pink. Let's give this away. And how we're going to do this is, whilst I'm soldering, but only whilst I'm soldering, you guys can ask any question you like. Whoever asks the best question will win the prize. And I'm the sole judge of that. So you can ask a good question. And if you ask the best question, it doesn't have to be keyboard related. As long as it's not going to get me banned from Twitch, it can be anything. Whoever asks the best question, they will win the prize. So there you go. So figure out what your favorite question is, or the question you'd like to ask me, and get it typed up and into chat, and you might win a Matrix, one of these. Matrix background pad, one of these. Camera focus. There you go. Okay, I'm just checking for bent pins before we start soldering. It's looking okay so far. Okay, I think we're good on the bent pin front. So let's make a start soldering. Can you make stepped ISO enter a reality? It does exist in some profiles. It already exists. So stepped ISO enter is out there, including I made Keymex make that. Well, I didn't make it, but we got it to make it, which is quite fun. Just gonna move this slightly out of the way. So yeah, stepped ISO enter is probably the nicest ISO enter. If you could name your own switch type using an innuendo, what would it be? Says Cubes UK. Good question. I'd probably call it, if we had to give it like an innuendo, I'd be like, we'd call it the tap that switch or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. If we're going like full innuendo, we'd probably look at something like that. Stiff pinks. Maybe stiff pinks, that's a great one, yeah. What's the most overrated Christmas tradition and why? The most overrated Christmas tradition? Christmas markets. Like, the Christmas markets that they put on, the German Christmas markets that are in all the major cities around the UK, they're just terrible. They're just really, really terrible these days. They're not really like being in Germany, and they're just an excuse for people to go get pissed and spend a load of money on the same crap that's at every fifth stall, right? That's all it is. So yeah. Biggest regret ever? Not something I can answer that's stream safe. What's your best point of advice for a wedding day? Could be based on yours and others, and why. Best point of advice, stop worrying and enjoy the damn thing. Let everybody else fuss, let everybody else mess around, and you just enjoy what you have to do in the moment. Because if you don't, the day just passes and you forget you've even had it. Like, it just disappears on you. So enjoy every moment. Try and be conscious of every moment, and don't worry about making decisions. People will tell you where you need to be or what you need to do at all the different times, and people will remind you, whether it's the photographer or whoever you've got planning the wedding. Yeah, just really enjoy it. Just really enjoy it and be really present in the moment for it. What's the best potato product? Mine would have to be potato scones. I'm a simple man. Roast potatoes with a bit of gravy. Some really good solid roast potatoes with a bit of nice Yorkshire gravy. That is what I like. I could eat them cold, I can eat them hot, I can eat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner. One of my favorite things is, if there's any roast potatoes left after a roast dinner, is to like smash them up in the next morning and chop up some bacon and drop it all in a pan, fry off the crumpled up potato with the bacon, and then crack an egg in there and whisk an egg into it, because that just comes out really, really nice. And that's like a really solid breakfast for when you have like a hangover maybe. So yeah, potato products is always going to be a roasty for me. Roast potatoes are king. If you were in the 1920s in the UK, what job do you think you'd have been doing? Oh man, like, I think realistically, being from Yorkshire, I'd have been in the mines. I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd have had much choice. Perhaps if I'd been lucky, I would have been in some sort of factory. Yeah, I don't think like people had much choice about what they did. I think they just did what they did because they had to do something in the 1920s in the poor north. So yeah, I suspect I would have been something to do with the mine work. I suspect. Maybe I'd have been lucky and I'd have had like some sort of office job for it. I don't know. Or maybe it'd have been in textiles. There's a lot of textiles industry around here in Yorkshire. Perhaps I would have been involved in some of that. I don't know. Something likely very dangerous and something that I probably wouldn't enjoy like I enjoy work today. Are Pop-Tarts considered ravioli? They're a pie, technically. They're a pie, I think. It's like a pastry with a filling. Pop-Tarts are a pie. Runky Cabs and explain why. Pasta, rice, noodles, potatoes, bread. Potatoes, bread. noodles, rice, pasta. Potatoes, because they're my favorite thing in the world. Bread, because it goes with everything and it's so bad for you, but it's so tasty and so good. Noodles, because ramen is my go-to home meal when I want to feel like full and nice. Rice, because it's great at filling you up. And pasta, I love pasta, but like I just have to be, something has to come last. Yeah. What is the keyboard equivalent to beans and blood sausage for breakfast? Using foams when you build a keyboard. That would be the keyboard equivalent. Using foams when you build your keyboard. Have you ever thought about settling in another country with your wife? We actually had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about whether or not we would want to move to America. And the consensus was that no, but we might want to do like an extended vacation out there at some point for like 6 months if we could. But yeah. We've talked about moving to Europe one day, but kind of Brexit kind of put a dampener on that. This was pre-PT. So yeah, so I don't think we'll ever move abroad, but we do like to travel, so we certainly get around as much of Europe as we can. What is the thing you're most proud about when it comes to PT this year? This year, as in 2024? I don't know. The biggest thing I'm proud about most of anything that we've done at PT is probably the SPC, which is the Twitch subs private channel on Discord. The people that are in the SPC are just such a great gang of people that's probably my proudest achievement in all of keyboards, is bringing that group of people together and giving them the opportunity to meet each other and be friends. There's like a ton of friendships in there that people just travel all over the UK and even worldwide to meet each other and spend time with each other. And it's just so wholesome and so nice, and I'm really proud of the SPC. It's probably the most active channel in any UK-based server, is the SPC, based on what I know about. It is super active, it's super chatty, it's super fun, everyone's lovely, everyone's helpful, and I think that's the single biggest thing I'm proudest of in achieving in PT. If I had to tie it down to something in 2024, I don't know. Probably the JOG keycaps, because that was a lot of work to produce those and to get them to meet my exacting standards. And every bit of feedback we've had on the JOG keycaps is that they're fantastic for the price point. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest win I'd take this year. If time travel was possible, what year would you travel to and what would you do when you got there? Travel back to when I was 16 and win the lottery. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, that's such a deep question. I did have a dream a couple of weeks ago that I woke up and it was actually my first day of sixth form college, doing my A-levels again. And like the dream seemed so real at the time, and I kind of did things very differently in life to how I've done them up to this point. So maybe that's what I'd do. I'd go back to the exact day I had my first day at college and just start again from there. Maybe that's what I'd do. Do you think there are garden gnomes living on the dark side of the moon? No. If you could design a keyboard layout for a completely alien species, what would be the most important key be, and what sound would it make when pressed? I think, Quaggery, that is a misnomer of a question, because I think that if we were ever going to communicate with some alien species, we wouldn't use a keyboard. We would use some sort of light, sound, texture, tactile feedback. Depends on how they're, how their bodies are made up and what sort of form their intelligence takes and how they think and how they process. They might not need to touch things. They might have telekinesis, for example. So I don't know. Like, I think that's a bit of a misnomer. And without knowing more about this hypothetical alien species, I don't think I could answer that. I don't think a keyboard would be the way that we'd do it, though. I genuinely don't think it's the way that we'd do it. What's a bucket list road trip for you? The N500, Scotland, driving across Europe, doing the south of France, Monaco, that kind of stuff. Route 66 in America, the Pan American Highway. I'd like to do all of those. If you could translate the design language from one car into a keyboard, which car would you pick? The Datsun 240Z. 240Z. Stiff pink switch, yeah. What was the capital of Assyria? I have no idea. I have no idea what the capital of Assyria was. If budget was no object, what would your perfect keyboard look like? I'd want to do it in something unusual as a material, so probably made out of magnesium is what I would go for, and then Cerakote it. And I'd want to do something in the styling of a 240Z. That's what I would like to do. That's in 240Z kind of style keyboard. But it'd have to be done in the right way, I think, for it to look right and for it to work right. And I think that's quite a big design challenge. What's PT's New Year resolution? Survive. I think a lot of vendors are struggling right now, and that's going to impact us sooner or later. We've been lucky so far. So yeah, the issue for 2025 is to make sure that we keep ourselves in the black. If money was no limit and it was possible, wife agreed, what's the thing you'd 100% have for your new home? So I want to, Wolfing, I want to build a barn dominium style home. So this is kind of like where it's a very American style building where your barn and your home are kind of like all merged into one kind of structure. So if you want to have a look at that, look at barn dominium. And I want to buy some land and build one of those. My wife is adamantly and vehemently against it because she doesn't like the style of them. But I kind of like the idea with a wraparound porch, nice big workshop, big enough for 20, 30 cars in there. Not that I want 20 or 30 cars, but just for the space of them. Nice big 4-bedroomed house side of it. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to just build that and project manage the building of it. I'd probably help out with a lot of the building of it as well. There's a lot of really cool modern materials you can use, like the build experience these days on housing, to make them thermally efficient and things like that as well. What kind of technology or discovery would you like to see in your lifetime? I'd like to see us be able to travel through space a little bit better than we can now. I'm not talking about faster than light speed, but I'm talking about Mars in a couple of weeks instead of a couple of years. So yeah. If you could place your car's interior buttons with custom mechanical switches, which switches would you choose? I know this sounds ironic, but I'd choose MX Browns. The reason for that is because they're just tactile enough to know it, but they also have that really nice cherry scratch, and you'd know you'd actually press the switch. If you're given the opportunity to colonize a planet of your choice, but you could only bring 3 items from Earth, excluding essentials, what would you bring and why? 3 items from Earth. I take an iPod. Music's always important. I'd take some sort of device for playing games, because that would be really important. And I would probably take a Kindle, so I'd have as many books as I could have available. Could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Copenhagen, it's a great city. I'd love to live there. If you could live in a different country for a year, which country would you live in? If I was going to just choose for a year, probably the US, just to see how it is. But I don't think it'd happen. If you could set up shop anywhere in the world, where would you go? And if you're into still the UK, what would your dream shop land location setup be? So I think this goes back to the barn dominium that I want to build. Like, I want that to have like my workshop. It has the company in there. It has my car collection in there. It has like an office for me, which is kind of like this space, but with everything I want in there. I'm in the process of building like a custom arcade machine and stuff, like just all the cool stuff I want in my life there. And it be right next to the house, or it be part of the house, so I don't have to travel, I only live 2 miles away, 3 miles away from here at the workshop, but that's like a small commute every day. I want to be able to go to my comfort place, my happy place, the workshop, by walking down to the end of the garden at the worst. So that's what I want to look like. But yeah, it would 100% be the UK. Like, I wouldn't want to set up a keyboard business anywhere else in the world right now. But if I didn't already have one, I wouldn't want to set one up in the UK either. Why do you think it took Morris role on basis of Japanese working culture to develop Six Sigma before companies evaluated business processes, especially after much of the 19th century and many decades of industrial manufacturing? So in terms of like working to like Six Sigma and stuff like that, I think the thing you have to remember is that businesses didn't have processing power to be able to understand the impact of their changes for a long time. Industry really, whilst industry started in the 1800s with the Industrial Revolution, you've got to remember that for the vast majority of that time, accounting was all book-based, and bookkeepers were kind of like the key to that. You couldn't really evaluate efficiency and try new things to be more efficient in those kind of industries. It would be more kind of production efficiencies rather than any other types of efficiencies or synergies. You couldn't find synergies, is what I'm probably trying to say, as easily as you can now. I think that changed with the advent of computing, especially as we got into the 60s and 70s. And then you had companies like Toyota developing lean models and things like that. And you also had, you've always had different methodologies for project management and deliverables and all of that kind of stuff that's kind of grown out of industry over the years. And every 5 to 10 years, there's something new that comes out. Agile is like a big keyword at the minute. You've had waterfall methodologies since the 70s, all of those kinds of things, lean methodologies from Toyota in the 60s and stuff. So it really comes down to having the ability to assess modern needs, and a lot of it isn't driven through wanting to be more economic, it's wanting to be more profitable. So you have to remember that a lot of these changes have come as the drive for profits has become ever and ever greater. Growth can't stop in an industry now. You can't forecast to have no growth as a company, because if you do, your investors will stop investing. You have to forecast for growth, and the only way to do that is to find synergies and things, and that's why this kind of like all started. Can you hang a door? Yes. Penne or fusilli, and why you said tagliatelle. I'm happy with any type of pasta. Like it's fine. £6.50 for a cup of hot chocolate is outrageous. You must be in London. Would you ever consider making your own super funky keyboard layout? You can make a key any size. No, I think there's a reason why the staples are the staples. What was going through your head before your first Twitch stream? Did the experience fulfill your expectations? My first Twitch stream, I had 3 viewers. I had 3 people watch me. It was 2015, I think. It was in my office at home, which I haven't had for 5 or 6 years now. It's now my wife's office. I can't remember what I built, actually, for my first ever stream. But it was some keyboard kit. It might have been a KBD 75, one of the original ones. I don't really remember what I was expecting. I think it was just a way to share what I was doing with a few people who were friends, and that just kind of grew, and I've done it pretty much every week since. What is the strangest, most memorable interaction you've had in your career, either before or during PT? Before would probably be going to the Apple campus when I worked for a bank in the UK. We were buying thousands of iPads and stuff and developing our own apps. So we went to the Apple campus in the US to understand how to build our own iOS apps in a much better controlled way. That was a really cool experience. From PT land, I've had so many cool experiences just through working with customers. 2 of the highlights that stand out to me is I used to play a lot of Destiny 2, and just so happens that some of the people who make Destiny 2 bought the JO1 keyboards from us a couple of years back when we did the last round of them. And when an expansion came out, the developers asked me to play the game with them. So I got to play the game and do the whole campaign with a series of developers of Destiny, which was fantastic. And they dragged me into raids with Datto and a few other people who were quite well known in the Destiny community. One of my friends from working at PT, he works for McLaren, the Formula 1 team, and I got to tour the factory. That was just over a year ago. That was amazing experience. And then just all the people that I'm really close friends with now. Like, there's people that I've met through keyboards that I now class as some of my best friends in life, and I go on hikes with them. I, go on trips with them and things like that, and it's just really nice. Rue, breaking the rules here. What is the best question I can ask so I can win that beautiful pink object? Unfair question. What do you think we'll find under Antarctica? A whole load of something and nothing. We'll find a lot of bacteria that's really old that'll teach us a lot about how bacterium developed and evolved over time. I don't think we'll find anything particularly exciting down there. I don't think we'll find any large species that have been landlocked for donkey's years and, from the last ice age. I don't think we'll find any pathogens or anything else like that. I think the risk for that is quite low. We might find some stuff that has evolved in its own ways, and it'd be good to compare those to the creatures that haven't evolved that are the same. But I suspect it's going to be single-cell organisms and things like that. What's the most expensive item or tech you bought in the last few years that you don't absolutely regret? That I don't regret? My Laurel, but that's not really tech, but it's an item. The Datsun Laurel 200L that I have in the workshop, the white cream car. That was a lot of money, but it's a car I've been chasing for a long time. Over a decade I've been chasing that particular car, and I was finally given the chance to buy it 2 bit years ago now. Weirdest holiday encounter by you or a friend or family member? About 15 years ago, I went on a trip to Greece for a wedding. and whilst I was there, we rolled up to a random bar, and someone that I used to go to college with actually owned the bar, and it was kind of like a whole like just a big shock that they were there, and like I'd not seen them for like 10 years and stuff. It was quite fun. I hope it's not cheating, but to ask a more serious question, as someone contemplating whether or not to have children, what's your best advice for this stage in life? I decided a long time ago I didn't want kids. I feel that I am too selfish to have children. I like to spoil myself. I like my own things. And whilst I love my nieces and nephews and I adore them and I love to spend time with them, I would feel guilty bringing a child into the world in its current state. I think you need to soul search for yourself and be really open and honest with your partner about whether you both want the children or whether one of you does or doesn't, and see what that means for you guys. Like, that's going to be different for everyone, but I think it's something you have to be super open about and super communicative about. What would you stand in the longest line for? With the one car that I have not yet had a chance to own that I want to own. A Kenmiri Skyline, 1976 Nissan Kenmiri Skyline. Blue Toggles, thank you so much for the 5 months of subs. Other than your crush Leclerc, name 3 other people alive or dead that you would like to attend your Camembert and Pigs in Blankets soiree. Okay, I would probably pick Stephen Hawking, because he's a very... He kind of like shaped my learning a lot when I was in college and stuff like that. I would probably pick Charles Darwin, because I imagine he's a cantankerous old fool. I'd love to chat with him. And I'd also pick David Attenborough, because I think David Attenborough and Charles Darwin would be fantastic conversation to watch. If you could design a video game, what would it be and why? I don't know. How to be a vendor. Maybe, I don't know, I have no idea. When was the last time you saw a monkey? I saw my nephew yesterday, if that counts. Saw my nephew yesterday. Sausage wrapped in bacon or roast potato, which is the best hot cheese spoon? As a hot cheese spoon, it's the bacon wrapped in sausage wrapped in bacon. Top 3 British sausage varieties. Are you talking manufacturers or are you talking like fillings? If you're talking fillings, then it's pork and apple, beef and tomato. Oh, Bagri asking an actual. This might be the winning question here. Bagri says, "How do you feel about the state of communication and professionalism between vendors, customers, designers, and manufacturers in the hobby? Seeing a lot of vendors closing up after messing up with the payments and communications issues, do you feel that it has an impact on the setback of the hobby popularity and not spreading to attract new people?" Okay, so there's a multitude of things in this. Okay, so the first thing to address is vendors closing up shop. I think a lot of vendors are closing up shop because the hobby is in a downturn, and the hobby can't support as many vendors as there are currently. There is just not enough money being spent in the hobby to support that number of vendors, certainly as a full-time endeavor. So that means that a lot of vendors are going to shrink, and as they shrink, they will have less income, they will have more outgoings or the same outgoings, and they will struggle to pay those outgoings. It's something that we're facing into, or going to have to face into, which is why I'm looking at renting a smaller place, because the rent here is too expensive. It's just gone up too much over the past few years. So that's one side. Vendors have closed down for a multitude of reasons. Poor business decisions is one of them, but I don't think all of them are that at all. I think a lot of them are just, the market's dead, and you forecast based on sales being either consistent or better. You never forecast for sales being less, because you can't get investment doing that. So I suspect that they're not on that plateau, and it has dropped, and that leads to financial difficulties. But that can happen to any business in any industry, and that's not necessarily a sign of the business being mismanaged. It's just a sign of cash flow issues. It's a sign of the market changing, and it's just one of those things that happens in business. Do I think that has impacted group buy sales? Yes, 100%. I think people have lost confidence in a ton of group buys because so many group buys have failed and so many vendors have gone under. I think that is absolutely true. And I don't think you'll find any vendor that denies that. And I think it's something that other vendors are actively trying to change the image of as we move forwards. In terms of how vendors and designers and groups speak, it leaves a lot to be desired. It's such... There is no... How do I put this politely? there's no standardization out there in terms of how these groups of people speak together, and it's poor project management is one that's massive and rampant throughout. A lot of them are scarily done on Discord conversations where there's a maximum of 10 vendors. There's no kind of like project management software being used. Some vendors do. For example, I hope Novel Keys don't mind me mentioning this, but I hope Novel Keys use Basecamp, which is really good. It's project management software. We can all contribute on there. We can get assets easily. A lot of the time, it's just a Google link and a Google Drive in a Discord chat, and that is not a great way to run business. It really isn't. We've had a lot of issues recently with being quoted price X at wholesale, and then all of a sudden we get the invoice and it's like, well, the invoice is for 20% more. Why? It's like, oh, the prices went up. It's like, yeah, but we agreed that this was the wholesale price and now you're charging us more after we've sold the product. That happens a lot. It's really difficult. It's genuinely a minefield, and I think but you can't reform it because there's so many independent vendors. You can't really reform it because you can't force it onto everyone. But it's a nightmare at times. It's a nightmare at times. It really is. If I wanted to learn and practice soldering, what would be the best equipment to purchase? Keep in mind I have nothing. A cheap soldering iron and a practice board from Amazon or Pimoroni. They sell practice soldering kits. Buy those and have a go. There are a ton of resources and a ton of guides on YouTube. You can't fail to find a good soldering guide on YouTube. But yeah, I think Bagri's won the prize so far, unless there's a better question as I get through them. What do you think the hardest decision in your life is going to be? I think I've probably already made the 3 hardest decisions in my life so far. Getting married and deciding if I actually wanted to, because I was dead against it for the longest time. I've just realized my glasses aren't sitting square on my face and it's annoying me as I check the camera. Deciding to get married or not, I think, was a big one for me because I never wanted to get married and my wife made it worthwhile. I think my next biggest one will be where we move PT to and how I manage that transition. And the other big one coming up will be where me and my wife move to, and that might be tied together with where PT moves to. Who knows? If society could function without money, what kind of system would replace it? Barter system. It's the way things used to work before money existed, and it's what we should go back to if we could, in the future. I noticed that you don't use a fan or fumes for your solder. Do you use lead-free solder? Trying to learn how to solder and understand what is essential. So I use leaded solder, but you can't get lead to a point with a soldering iron where you're actually going to be inhaling the lead fumes, because I think it's a 450 Celsius degree melting point for lead fumes, and I solder way lower than that. The only fumes you're really getting from this is the Royston core, which admittedly isn't great for you, but when I'm soldering one keyboard and it's 60% and it's in my desk that's got pretty good airflow, I don't feel I really need it. Don't necessarily feel like you have to do the same. Get a cheap one if you can. Thoughts on the level of contact or influence large businesses orgs have in UK politics? Should the government maintain close ties, or would you like to see more distance and transparency? Transparency for sure. I am glad we don't live in the current state of politics in the US. In a hypothetical F1 by Prototypist collab, which team would you partner with and what unique elements would the keyboard have to represent the racing heritage? I 100% want to do it with McLaren. I think, I know that Baron is developing like a McLaren inspired keyboard that I'm keeping my eye on, but I think that if I could work with McLaren to design something and use a lot of their fabrication techniques, it would be fantastic. Like, they have so many fabrication techniques for so many different materials for the cars that it'd be great to have the keyboard parts produced through their pipeline rather than necessarily through our current manufacturers. That's the way I'd like to put a spin on it. An Ultim keyboard, don't know how practical it is. It can be done. Glass keyboards here. Yeah, glass keyboards have been done. Who's your fave non-keyboard content creator? I watch a bit of Thor from Pirate Studios, whatever it's called. If you could own an F1 team, which team would it be? And what driver lineup would you have? You could choose anyone from history. Oh man. It'd be McLaren because they're my favorite team. Or Williams because they have a great heritage. Pick 2 drivers. Jim Clark and Nelson Piquet, I think. Lots of space questions today. Yeah. Do you have any? Do you attribute any of your successes to ADHD, or do you feel you achieve things in spite of it? I think I saw you mention it on Instagram. I do too, so I'd like to hear your perspective on it. I got diagnosed with ADHD almost a year ago now, actually. I think I've achieved things in spite of it, but some of the skills I have become because of it. So yeah, I think some of my skills I can attribute to ADHD, such as my hyper focus when I get focused on the right things. I just have to be very careful how I target that. I think I've struggled with things and masked so many things in my life without realizing that it's probably been a negative overall. With Jay's Roastery being quite book themed, what is your favorite book? Probably the Hyperion series of books. They're really good if you're into that kind of thing. It's like far future fantasy type stuff, and it's got a cool enemy called the Shrike that travels through time and stuff like that. It's a really cool. Dan Simmons is the writer. It's fantastic. I'd read that. Land is cheap in Northern Ireland and the EU. Just saying. Yeah. What's the most impactful keyboard for you? I think the biggest keyboard the keyboard that's had the biggest impact on me in recent years is the Keymax, just showing me what one man can do in his shed. I think that's been fantastic to see. Do you think the Japanese economy is going to pick itself back up? No. I think Japan have too many issues to fix their economy, mainly the fact that they have an aging population and so many young people move away. What's missing in the world right now that you wish we had? More love and affection for each other. People just don't have love and affection for their fellow human beings, and it makes me sad. Stream sounds too corporate now? Maybe. Jay's a corporate delivery improvement master. I'm not sure about master, but it's what I did for a long time. Keyboard delivery indoctrination master? Maybe. Was Anarchy one of those viewers? If you talk about the first ever stream, he might have been. I can't remember. The God layout? Yeah, okay, maybe. What's your degree in, and how does it correlate with what you do in today's stage? My degree, I have an MBA from Manchester. How does it correlate with what I do today? Not much on a day-to-day basis, but if I ever go back to work, it might do. What was the car I sit in that was super comfy? That might have been the big black American truck. That's the GMC K1500. That's for sale at the minute. Keyboard shop simulator? Yeah. Do 90% of issues in all businesses not come down to communications? No. I'd say it's 70% communication, 30% forecasting, I'd say. If you came to the USA, would you start a satellite biz? No. Do you think there's a product business out there fulfilling that communications gap between those parties in an as a service manner? Yeah, I just think that the issue is that you wouldn't be able, you'd have to standardize it, and there's too many people doing too many different things to standardize it. It'd be that whole new, here's my new standard and everyone should do it kind of XKCD kind of comic. Couldn't afford the overhead of that 100%. Like there isn't enough margin in keyboards to do anything like that as well. That's the other side of it. How might human freedom and autonomy be redefined in a future where artificial intelligence predicts most events and substantially organizes activities and makes decisions on our behalf? Surely that's what we want, though, Rue, in some respects, where artificial intelligence is anticipating what we need and making humanity's society better and creating that utopia so that we can concentrate on the important things like spending time with family, relaxation, and having fun. Surely a post-AI world where there is a utopia where people don't have to work, we have everything taken care of automatically, and we can do the things that we want to do, whether that is choose to work or whether that's choose to make things or be artistic or to design things or to create things where we don't, where we have access to all the same opportunities. I think that's what we might want, right? If we're just going back to bartering, how many camels for your Nixie board? 1,000. I don't know what camel's worth. Other than that, Jay takes my approach in the soldering view. The YOLO method? Yeah. I just hold my breath the entire time. Nice. Pirate software, that's the one, yeah. Jim Clark, the GOAT. Underrated by many people. Jim Clark is... You watch some of the old races, Jim Clark was incredible. What do you think...
Incredible.
Thank you, Lobtobe, for the follow. What do you think about Tehar joining Norbauer, and how do you see his products? I have a few Norbauer products. I think he's been an inspiration to many, and he's a lovely person. I'm just going to put the heating back on. It's getting cold. He's a really nice guy, and I've spent a long time talking to Norbauer in Seattle a few years ago. I'm excited to see what they come up with. I really am. Love the Hyperion series. Know a few people who've read it. Yeah, it's really good. PK Junior or Senior? Big Decision Senior. Yeah. I had to, just when you answered my question, I had to go back to the VOD. Hi Jay, hi Susan, thanks for being here. No such thing as being late to a stream. Is Bowl still on, or have they given up seeing their board belt? We'll get back to it in a second. Will your new barn space have enough room for the 1,000 camels you've very recently acquired? Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, I think Bagri got the best question. So Bagri, please reach out to one of the moderators, and we will get this sent out to you in the new year. It was a really good question. Really good question. I think there's communication between vendors is rough at times. There's some vendors who do it fantastically. Novel Keys is great. Yeah. Novel Keys is great. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's carry on with the build stream anyway. And then we'll do one more giveaway in a little bit. If I buy modern materials, will you do a 10-minute delivery? As I'm working tomorrow till 5 and I'm 10 minutes from you. If you get here tonight within 10 minutes of the stream ending, no salad, no sauce, you can pick it up tonight. Like, that's fine. But you would have to be here within 10 minutes of the stream ending. So there you go. Right, okay. So we've now soldered the board. It's now time to put everything together. So we're going to take the case and we're going to take out the Bion bolt design. Oh, that's slightly too small. Perhaps we need one size up. There we go. I don't actually know if this is technically the same as the Bion bolt, but it feels very similar in terms of how it's done. Let's grab a little tray. I'm not driving all the way through Bradford tonight. You'd have to tip me something severe to drive all the way through Bradford tonight. I've got an early start in the morning, dude. But if you can get here within 10 minutes of the stream ending, because I know you're not too far away, then absolutely we can do something for you. Why do those screws not want to come out? I'll just drop my screwdriver as well. Okay. So in terms of the top case, just to show you how this is constructed, you can see you've got the aluminium part here, and this is just screwed into the top case with 6 screws. So you have like the mid frame, and you can take the frame out using these 6 screws here, but it's nicely embedded into the polycarbonate. Nice. It'll be around 11ish when the stream ends, yeah. Got some spare screws there that we don't need, I don't think. Oh, we might need some for the daughter board here, actually. Let's see which ones we need for the daughter board. I'm going to guess it's going to be these nice big flat ones here. Get 2 of those ready. Okay, so here's the daughter board. Nice and tiny. Plug the JST cable in. Order the ball catch relation quality prices Neo. I don't know if the 65 got that system. Yeah, Neo 65s are one piece, as ADM says, but there is ball catch systems in place. I prefer screws on a personal level because they just feel more secure over time. But I can understand why people like the ball catches. Right, time to install the gaskets. You live in the Canary Islands? Nice. I've been to the Canary Islands a few times. So we're just going to install the gaskets onto the case here. if you want to come tomorrow, no salad, no sauce, you can do. But I am leaving at 4 p.m. tomorrow because it's I break up for Christmas tomorrow, so I will be leaving at 4 p.m. So you'd have to be here before that. But if you're coming tonight, you'll have 10 minutes after the stream while I lock up, and then I'll be going. I'm pretty sure it's against my insurance to have people here at that time, but... Two more to go in the bottom case, then we can put them on the top case as well. And then you guys can pick some switches, so not some switches, some keycaps, and we can get the board put together. Well, I have a few keycaps from one side to show you already, so you guys can pick from the keycaps that I have ready. Nerve is actually on here. This is where Nerve is right now. You'll be there for 11. Cool. Prince Skipper says, do you think the barrier to entry is too high for keyboard manufacturing in the UK? Seems impossible to compete with Chinese operations on price, but logistically I think it would have an enormous benefit for British European customers. You can't get anywhere near on price manufacturing in the West. Like, you just can't. There's two reasons for that. One is because China companies are subsidized by the state, and UK companies aren't. But that's because China wants to become a manufacturing powerhouse. People don't want to have manufacturing jobs here in the UK, particularly. Most people don't want to do blue collar jobs like that. They don't. But what that means in practice is that there is a gap in terms of skill and knowledge in the UK that is available in other countries. And also the value of the amount people are paid. Like, the value of $1 to a Chinese factory worker compared to a Western factory worker is significantly different. Like, the dollar to them has more buying power than, $5 or $6 to us does. And in the UK, a decent machinist is going to earn a salary of 50 quid an hour, which, when you start to put that into keyboard terms, just for machining a keyboard case that might take 4 or 5 hours of machining, that's going to be £200 or £300 just for the time alone to manufacture it. Never mind the cost for production of and processing of the metals and all the materials and the time and the setting up molds and work fixing and stuff. Manufacturing in the West is very, very expensive, and it's not going to get much cheaper. So it's kind of like an economics question, is that. Sure, it would be of great benefit, but to do it locally, because you're using local talented artisans and craftsmen and people like that, but the cost is just going to be astronomical and people won't pay it. They just won't. So it becomes a really difficult decision at that point. Okay, just going to connect up the JST cable, and then we can put the two case parts together. Pop in there we go, should sit around there. Then we're going to pop the top case on just like so. I'm going to get ready with the buy and bolt system. here. Come on, pesky screw. GMK British Racing Green drops tomorrow. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I think it's all set ready to go live tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll check that in a second for you, Reed. When the rear end of Shopify decides it wants to work. Yeah, British Racing Green is set to go live at 9 AM on the 23rd of December. Yeah, it's 9 AM tomorrow. Yeah, 9 AM tomorrow, go live on the store. Cool. Okay, that's the case all screwed back together. So here we are. Here's what the build looks like so far with those lovely switches, that carbon fiber plate, and the two-tone case. Looking very, very nice and tidy. Just gonna try and tighten that screw a touch more because I feel like it's just. There we go. There we go. That feels a bit better. Looking really nice. Time for some keycaps then. It is really cool, Reggie. It is really cool. Okay, time to choose some keycaps then, guys. Let me get rid of these. Bits and pieces. Okay, right. You guys now have some choices in terms of what you want to see keycap wise on the board. You can pick, and I hope a mod's ready to do the poll here on Twitch. If not, I will do it. But the first choice is GMK Chocolatier. The chocolates and creams might work really nicely on that. Secondly, we've got 9009. This is round 2. I'm just checking actually this has got it does have the alphas in it. 9009 round 2. And if we use that, we can actually use the BAE keys as well, which would be quite cool. If you want to go for something a little bit darker, we also have GMK Dolce. That's the base kit. Or then as a final option, we have GMK Modern Materials. So this is a stone base kit, which might look really, really nice on there. So you guys can now pick. There should be a poll coming up soon, hopefully, if one of the mods is on board with it. Hoping for something bright. I hope we've got something bright there. There you go. Poll is up. Chocolatier 9009 Dolce or Modern Materials. There you go. Looking good there. It looks really, really good. Anyway, you guys have got the choice of those keycaps. Okay, right. Whilst that's running, let's do another marbles race. So we are gonna do marbles, and this time it's gonna be to win the vintage Singer keyboard that's been in my collection. This is something I'm personally giving away. It's been in my collection for probably about 4 or 5 years now. So that's what we're going to play for next. Okay, let's do a standard race from a community map. Let's do something that's quite quick. I want something just over a minute. That'll do. Frosty Festivals live. Right, okay, let's do this. Here we go. Exclamation mark play will put you into the race. You can just do exactly as I've done there in chat. That will put you in. And this is a damaged keyboard. It's an old prototype from Singer. It's got some old Gator and switches in it. I haven't even tried to see if it works, but that's really not. I haven't even tested to see if it works, but it's been in my collection for donkey's years. It used to have Jim Key Olivia on it. It is ANSI only, but it does have the cool single lion on the back. So let's see who's going to win this keyboard. And remember, we'll ship this in the new year. It's not going to ship before the new year, so just bear that in mind. If you've ever wanted to own a Singer keyboard, this is your chance. Okay, let's hit start, and away we go. There's 100 people in there, but there's 108 people watching right now. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Let's see who's there. A long slide down here into the bowl. Looks like Void Media is just about in the lead, maybe with Manu and Gemma just behind. Motion 1 is there as well. Trojam's bringing up the rear. He's fallen back just a little way, but not too much. See if we can see who falls first into the pit. It's going to be... no idea. Luna 81 maybe just in the lead. Esrap Keeps coming down on the bottom. Gemma might have taken the lead. Actually, oh no, Esrap Keeps is way further ahead actually. It's almost impossible to tell because we've got different obstacles. We'll see as they come down into the slalom here with the candy canes. Looks like it's just Gemma and Blind Disobedience and Push JP. Godzilla Waddle's there as well, so is Wayward Fox and UK Key. But people could be coming down the outside quite quickly here. Once they get into that zone, they might speed up a little. Blind Disobedience probably just has the lead right now, but there's still a little bit to go. Blind Disobedience still has the lead. Posh JP is going around the outside. UK Keeb is there as well. Gemma's catching up. It's still all to play for here. Anarchy's in the middle of the pack. I'm coming down towards the end. Angry Swan and Eshrap Keebs are right up there now. We're going up the tower. Who's going to be the first to the top of the tower? And then the long run down into the end. Looks like Wayward Fox and Blind Disobedience. Alex OP. Daniel... Soderstrom is there as well. Daniel takes the lead. Blind Disobedience just behind. Is Daniel going to take the win or is he going to lose here? Looks like Daniel takes the win. Blind Disobedience second. UK Keep third. Conan fourth. Alex OP. Bazooka. Hey Asbo. Arichi. Honest Accountant. And Telvin round out our top 10. So it looks like Daniel, Soderstrom, you get the only Singer keyboard, the Singer 75%. Please reach out to one of the mods. Make sure you give them all of your details to ship it to, name, address, email, phone number, and we will make sure that happens for you in the new year. So congratulations. All channel points spending on chocolatier. Okay. Right, okay, so there's just a couple of seconds left on the vote. It looks like 9009 is in the lead. Chocolatier is not too far behind, and Modern Materials as well is doing quite well, but it looks like 9009 is going to take the win. If you guys are going to try and do any vote rigging, now is the time. Now is the opportunity. Now is the chance. What a Christmas gift. Yeah, well, you're not going to get it for Christmas, unfortunately, but it will be very early in the new year, Daniel. So drop a message to one of the mods and we'll make sure it ships out first thing in January for you. Be like the 5th or 6th of January or something. And 9009 does win. Okay, let's get 9009 and the BAE enters up here. Okay, I'll move there. This is actually really nice as this board. I've had it for donkey's years now, but it is really, really cool. The lion logo is really cool. It's got a great side profile. And sadly, it does have a small chip on it just here. If that shows up, just that little mark there. But yeah, it'll come out as it is. There's no case or anything for this. It just comes like this, but we'll wrap it in a ton of bubble wrap and stuff, so it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to use the BAE answer. I think just because of the colour of the switches, I'm going to use one of the pink BAEs because I think it'll just set it off nicely. But that's just going to sit on there like so. Okay, let's get the rest of the keys on the board. Okay, let's go for the matching escape key if there is one. I think there should be. Let's insert. I'm pretty sure there's a matching escape key. There it is. Okay, and then the rest is just going to be glorious, glorious beige. We've got split shift. That's the slightly too long with yeah. That's the enter key. We don't need that. I'm going to put arrow keys here because I like to put control, control, and then arrow keys. That's just the way I like to do it. Don't need short shift. Just like that. Don't need F keys. Don't need the green keys or the orange keys. Get rid of those. Get rid of the space bar. We don't need full backspace. We need split backspace. We'll think about options for split backspace in a second as well.
Incredible.
Thank you so much, Fistelfox, for the follow. I thoroughly appreciate that. Does the BAE feel heavy to press with 2 switches under it? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Not unpleasant though. And as I say, the BAE kits are all technically in stock right now. They say pre-order, but they'll ship tomorrow. TYUIOP. There we go. Oh wait, I put the wrong key there. I'm so used to doing split, stepped caps. I put the wrong key there. There we go. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to put in this top corner for the split backspace. I think there is a 1U row 1 backspace key actually in this. We'll figure it out when we see that key. Okay, so we're going to go delete. Oh, we'll just go like that. I think that looks good enough. That's good enough. FN key. Okay. They Need a Kiss on the Forehead who created 9009. So originally it came from old Reuters keyboards back in the day. That's where the design and the colorway came from originally. It was just adopted by the community really early on. That was one of the first vintage boards that people found with the keycaps on. So it became a popular colorway. As you can see, it looks pretty nifty though. Just need the shift key now. I must have already put it back in the tub without realizing it. Let's see if we can find it. I must have just not realized either that or I have it on another board because it's a really common key. I mean, if push comes to shove, we can always pop the control there. In fact, actually, we can do that. Well, let's just do that for now. I know this is the... Come on. We'll use it as control anyway. Let's do this. Boom. There we go. You might want lighter swings on the switches then, or you keep it heavy so you know you pressed it. Do you still have the first keyboard built? No, I don't think so. Backspace is in the BAE kit, right? One new backspace, yeah. So you get the one new backspace if you want to use it. Every single round of new blanks turn out better. You're getting the cream of the crop in you. Thanks, Reggie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've still got these. Reggie makes these for us. He's got like a batch that we're going to get in the new year. So you'll be able to buy these on the store, like handmade, wood turned, and resin cast switch pullers. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Hi Jay, would you ever be down to test some of the OGs and see if the community could get Sky Dolch or Ski Data to rerun for GMK? I can tell you we'll have Ski Data Neo by KKB in stock in the new year. I'm really looking forward to that. It's on the shelves right now. We just haven't put it in stock yet. But look how good this looks. Sky Dolch is one of my favorite sets. Maybe we can have a look at Sky Dolch for you. Look at how good this looks. It looks so good. Look at that side profile. Look at these curves, man. Curvy. Looks so good. Should we see how it sounds? Let's pause the music so you guys can hear it properly. I think you guys picked really well with the keycap set for this. Beige is good. Sounds so good. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. The space bar. Would you say you're a heavy typist? I am a really heavy typist. Yeah, these are significantly on the lighter side for switches for me. But it sounds so good. This sounds phenomenal. It looks really good. If you guys haven't jumped on this already, I think it's well worth picking up the Pangea Mini. This is the lighter version because it has the acrylic weight in it, so it's not really a weight. But dude, look how good that looks. Look how good that looks. Looks so good. How did you gash your hand? It was a burn. It was just a little burn. That's all. Come on, camera, focus. Just a little burn on the top of my hand. It's all almost healed up now. But yeah, looks really, really good. Have you ever had anyone apply to work at PT cold call before? Yeah, we've had a few people apply at PT. Often it's a Discord message or a phone call, yeah. It sounds so good, Bolt. This sounds so good. I might not be sending this back. Yeah, Betsy, it just uses the switches. So BAE, you build it like you would ANSI. You build it exactly like you would ANSI. Stabilizer. Switch, switch. Exactly like you would ANSI. And the keycap has a stabilizer and the switch. It just clicks on. The thing you have to remember about all ISO, all enter keys, is that they are all basically variations of the same theme. When companies were coming up with layouts, they realized that the enter area is kind of like a significant area in keyboards, and it doesn't matter whether you start with BAE and you trim it to have one key here and the ISO key there, but the shape is still the same, or whether you trim it to one key here and the ANSI enter key. It's all the same way of splitting up the same size key. It's just 3 ways of doing the same thing. So yeah, so it's just 3 ways of doing the same thing. But I think a lot of people miss that when they're looking at enters, and I think they're really, really different. There is a third type which splits the enter key again, and you have a key here, a key here, and a key here. You have 3 keys. There is that type as well. It used to be really popular early days in the hobby, but it's kind of fallen into disrepute now. But look how good this looks. 9009. Look at that. So pretty. Super duper pretty. What did they apply to do? All sorts of things, from social media management to packing boxes to sweeping the floors. We've had people come in there to do everything. Do you know an estimated date for the Intro S100 International Group? I'm not sure at the moment, no. As soon as I'll find out, we'll figure out. Can you run GMK 9009 with the R5 bottom row? So I think you can actually get right now. Where's my browser? Hold on. Build stream, browser sharing. If you go onto in stock range and you look at GMK CYL RG extensions, does the row 4 kit not have R5 keys? I could have sworn that these were R5. I could have sworn that these were row 5. I know they're all, maybe they are all row 4, but I could have sworn that we had an R5 kit for it. Maybe it's something else that's coming to S4. OG extensions, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the other one that we had recently. But yeah, I'm sure something else has R5. There's something I've seen in the workshop that has R5 on it. Oh well, I don't know. I can't remember everything, unfortunately, we have in stock. But yeah, I'm sure there's an R5 kit that we have. Let me have a look. I'll message you tomorrow, dude, and if I can figure it out. Just sent Jay a DM of the latest ones I've made. If he's feeling froggy, maybe he'll share on stream. Let's have a look. Okay, I haven't actually looked at the picture, but let's go back. Oh, dude, those look phenomenal. Those look so good. Look at this, guys. Look how cool these look. Keycap pullers. Resin. This pink one here. Glitter. Nice knurled wood. Looking really cool. Nice. Thank you, Reggie. I appreciate that. Nice. Yeah. And this one's really cool as well. This is one that when we were back at Novel Keys HQ, he gave me this one. He gave me another one as well. I'm not sure where that's gone, but yeah. Thank you so much. Beige add-on has R5. GNK beige add-on extension is the one. Okay, I knew there was one. Like, I knew there was one. Beige add-on and extension. I knew I'd seen it, right? I was like, wait, beige add-on and extension. There is... We should have that on pre-order, right? Let's have a look. I will find this. It's definitely on the shelf because I literally packed one the other day. Or maybe it's sold out now. Maybe that's why I saw it, because I got the last one. Sparkling pink, you have my money. Nice. ASCII has R5 and also R0. It does, yeah, you're right, yeah. Wire keycap pullers shouldn't ever damage your keys, Carathox. They should never damage your keys. Okay, right, okay. I think that's pretty much it for the stream, guys, but look how cool the Pangea Mini came out. Like, if you are interested in this board, I hope this helps you convince you that it's worthwhile, because it looks just so good, and it sounds so good. And the acrylic anti-weight looks so good. It's just such a cool board. Bowl might struggle to get this back off me. I'm a huge fan of this. Look at the text here. Is the camera going to pick that up? It says Pangea, but it says it in such nice little writing here. Okay, right. It is time for me to go home now, guys, because it's 11 PM. No sauce. If you're coming, set off ASAP, because I'm going as soon as I can. If you want to pick up your order. JO2 ruined the 60 market for me. It's just not going to get replaced. That's fair. That's fair, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Right, but that's the Pangea Mini. It's going to sit on my desk for a little bit. I hope you guys have a really nice Christmas. I know we've given away a few items today, but a week today on stream we'll be giving away some more items, and we'll be taking a look at the Synovia in a little bit more detail as well. I hope you've had a really good time, and I genuinely hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, I hope the next couple of weeks are wonderful for you all. And I will see you super soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit me up on Twitch, Discord, Instagram, wherever you see me about on social media. If you ever need any help or have any questions, come chat on the Discord server. And yeah, I'll see you guys again soon, especially on Instagram. I'll be on Instagram pretty much every day. So take care, guys. Have a really, really good holiday period. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every last one of you. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.